Well, 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 look at who it isn't. What do you mean? I'm right here. Am I not? Am I not right here? I even have my model up at the start of the stream. What are you talking about? Hello, Viper. Good to see you. Good evening. I lose track of the dates and things, but I think there's some cons happening this weekend. I'm trying to remember. I think there's one Anime North is happening, and there's one I think in California. I can't remember what it's called, but Tengen was telling me that he had one this weekend. I think Juju has one this weekend. I think it's MCM this weekend. I don't know if I'm getting my dates wrong. But yeah, lots of cons happening right now. So everyone around me is kind of just dying, either from preparing and going to cons, like as in people who are selling stuff there, or people who are attending, trying to finalize their travel plans and get themselves organized, etc., etc. Hello, Atomic. Good afternoon. MCM. Okay. I think there's two MCMs, isn't there? There's one around this time, and then there's another one later in the year, as in London. Sorry, there's more than one city that does MCM, but for London, I think they have two in the year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did attend one of them. Oh my gosh, it's been a couple of years since I attended that one now, actually. Wait, has it been 2 years? Has it been 3? I think it's been 2. I think 3 is too much. I was like, time can't be going that quickly, surely. That's too much. I think it's been 2 years since I went to London MCM. It was pretty decent time. I'll be honest though, I think because I've been so locked in working on stuff, and I'm so like traveled out, I'm like completely spent when it comes to traveling. I have absolutely zero desire to go to any conventions or anything. So honestly, I don't think I'll be doing that any time in the near future. I'll just be head down, finishing projects, getting some releases out the next couple of years at the very least. So do not plan on going to any cons in the near future. But yes, if anyone's been going to the cons, I hope you've been enjoying yourselves, getting lots of cool merch, meeting cool people. They are usually a good time. All the ones that I've been to, I think maybe because it was kind of planned as more of like a group type thing. I think that made it quite fun too. So yeah, hanging out with people, kind of just going around. I also quite enjoyed it because the few times that I did go, I was mostly helping people who were like actually boothing at the cons, like tabling, sorry. So I guess it keeps me a little bit more busy. Because honestly, I like going around and just looking at things, but I'm not really a big spender. I'm not a very big spender, so even when I see cool things, I don't tend to buy that many things, to be honest. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, yes, hope you guys have been having a good time at the cons, if you've been going to any. Hello, Ninjash. Wait, what? Why aren't you going to cons anymore? I'm not saying I'll never go to another con ever again. I'm just saying the next couple of years, I don't think I'll be... Well, I don't plan to go to any because I just want to be working on stuff. My free time is all allocated to working on projects and things. Because I ain't got no free time otherwise, guys. I ain't got no free time. Also, hello, Lucky. Good evening. If you travel a lot, cons are kind of just extra. Exactly. Oh my gosh, he gets it. He gets it. I've been traveling so much for other reasons that I'm like, a con just doesn't actually sound fun right now. My my social battery is like, this is the lowest my social battery has ever been in my life. Honestly, I think I'm just so like in my own world right now. I'm just not up for doing anything. I'm like, even when people try to get me to leave my room, I'm like, no. Leave me alone. No. No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm staying. I'm staying in my room. Leave me alone. Don't make me go touch grass. I've touched enough. I've touched enough for the next few years. I'm not touching anymore. You know what? The grass needs to come touch me. Right? Why do I have to be the one to go touch the grass? Why can't the grass come inside and touch me? Okay, that kind of doesn't sound right. Why should I be the one who has to go out and touch the grass? Huh? Double standards much? Grass, why don't you come inside and touch me instead? I think that'll make it fair. I went out to touch you enough times the past few years. Anyway, Mr. Shrimp, hello. Good afternoon, question mark? It's afternoon. It is indeed a Sunday. Yes, well, very creatively, I didn't know what to put as the title, so the title is that it's Sunday. I'm not wrong, so you can't argue against it. But yes, happy Sunday, guys. I am happy because it's a public holiday tomorrow in the UK, so I get an extra day off work. Bam bam. Well, an extra day off work, but an extra day to head down and work on music stuff as usual. So I managed to finish the final mix for the first song coming out. So I'm really happy. I mean, it took a bit longer than I initially expected because I wanted to finish it earlier in the week, ideally, so that I could spend the entire weekend finishing the visuals and stuff. But as it always turns out, it never goes to plan, does it? So, but it's done now. Alchemum, she's been like poking at me for a few days because I also told her that like I was trying to finish this song that I was working on, and I explained to her, oh yeah, I actually wanted to finish it before we went on holiday to Japan. And she was like, well, that wasn't very smart of you, was it? Because you definitely wouldn't have finished it before we went to Japan. And I was like, oh, anyway. So she knew about it, so she's been prodding me. She's like, Alka, when are you going to play me your new song? I'm just like, in a minute, mother. I'm not done yet. I won't play it to you until I'm 100% certain that it's done. I mean, the thing is though, I'm never 100% certain that it's done. It basically gets to the point where it's done in the sense that I cannot be bothered to work on it anymore. It's done for the purposes of what it needs to do. Whether or not I'm 100% happy with it is a different story, but it's good enough. I'm at a point where I'm so sick of my own song, I don't want to listen to it anymore. I've literally been listening to it on loop for the past 2 weeks. I do not want to listen to it anymore. It's done, okay? And I say that, but I have to listen to it again to finish the video, but that's a different story. At least I'll be distracted with other things. I don't have to like listen to it critically, you know, like I don't have to really listen to it. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so sick of my own song. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate this song. I never want to listen to it ever again. Oh my goodness. But yes, Psyche, hello, good evening. Bartek, hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. I know one artist that does this as well. Artist, as in like a music artist, Atomic. I mean, I'm sure a lot of... There's one of two ways it can go when you finish a project, right? You're either so proud of the project that you won't you won't shut up about it. Like you'll never stop talking about it because you're just so proud of how it came out. Or you get to a point where you're like just so sick of listening to it that you don't want to listen to it ever again. You don't want to hear about it ever again. I think unfortunately I'm in the second camp for this one currently. But, you know, I might feel differently after, you know, a couple weeks or something once I've had some time to listen to other things. But it's so funny because when I was working on God Sees All, I felt the same. So when I was working on God Sees All, I was sick of God Sees All, but I really wanted to work on this song that I just finished. And now that I've been working on this song that I've just finished, I'm now sick of this song and I want to work on the next song. And that cycle will probably repeat. So then the next song, once I work on it for like 2 weeks in a row, I'll be like, oh my god, I'm sick of this song. I want to work on the next song now. But yeah, that's just how it is, I think. Honestly, props to anybody who finishes listening to their own song on repeat for like weeks on end and you're not tired of it. Funnily enough though, I just don't like the vision of me singing on it. I don't know why this is such a repeat like pattern for me. I don't get sick of the instrumental, but I get sick of listening to the vision where I'm singing. So maybe I just have an adversity to my voice or something. I'm just sick of the vision where I'm singing. I'm not sick of the instrumental. The instrumental I could probably listen some more actually. I don't mind it. I generally do like listening to instrumentals a lot actually. Even when I hear songs that I really like, which have vocals on them, I always search out the instrumental because sometimes like there's just some like really interesting elements in it, or I'm just like, ooh, I want to hear this in like more clarity without the vocals covering it. Like listening to the instrumental of a song is a completely different experience. So I don't know, maybe I just don't like vocals. I'm like screw vocals. Who needs vocals when you have the instrumental, you know? But yeah, I think I'm probably just tired of the vocals because that takes a lot longer, because there's the process of writing them, recording them, and then editing them, and then mixing them, and it's like, yeah, the vocals tire me out a lot. I think usually when I'm working on projects, it's the vocals which make me wanna like just like delete everything. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired of this project. But when I'm working on just the instrumental, I actually really enjoyed that a lot, guys. So yeah, that's always my favorite part, I think, when I'm writing a song. My favorite part is the actual composing and the production. Well, I say production once I get to a point where I have most of the sounds that I want, because as you guys know, the process of trying to figure out how you want the arrangement to sound is very tedious, and I don't particularly like that part. But once I have the sounds and like, you know, the kind of like arrangement mostly done, when I get to like, I want to say maybe the 60-70% mark on the song, that's where I really start to enjoy it, because that's when, you know, everything's coming together. You can kind of hear that the final product is like coming alive, you know? You can kind of hear what it might sound like once you're like finished. So that's always my favorite part. So the beginning is always a bit like, the beginning it's kind of like a U shape. So the beginning is like, oh yeah, like really pumped up for this project, and in the middle it kind of dips down and you're like, oh, I'm not really as motivated anymore because I have to use my brain now. And then later on, once you've exhausted all your brain power and you're kind of at the like 70% mark, and it's like, ooh, it's like really coming together now. I can kind of see where it's going. I can see the lights at the end of this musical tunnel. That's when I start to really enjoy it again. And then of course, once I finish the actual final instrumental, I do really enjoy that too. Yeah, I think it's genuinely just my vocals maybe. But that's because I have to just listen to myself on repeat. Oh my gosh, it's so tiring. I'm so sick of listening to myself. Oh my gosh. Gravity out, hello. The endless cycle. Yeah, exactly. But I do enjoy it. As much as I complain about it, I do enjoy it. Otherwise I wouldn't still be doing it, you know? I'm not that much of a masochist. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it, so at least I would hope I wouldn't keep doing it if I really hated it that much. Otherwise, I think I have a serious talk to have with myself. But yes, I'm just really, honestly, I'm just excited to move on to the next thing, is the main thing, I think, after finishing this mix. Because I got to a point where I thought I finished the mix on like version 2 of the final mixdown. So basically, usually my process is like, I try to finish the instrumental first, or at least have like 80 to 90% of the instrumental done. And then I'll add the vocals, and if once I add the vocals, I'm like, oh, actually I might change this part of the instrumental or something. I might tweak that a bit still. And then, yeah, so I'll record the vocals and then edit the vocals and then slap them with the instrumental, see if I need to tweak anything. And then once I've kind of mixed the vocals in a way which I think kind of sits well in the instrumental, and I've also checked, like against some reference tracks. It's very important. I think a lot of people don't do this enough, checking them against some reference tracks. And then once I've done all of that, I kind of get to a point where I'm like, okay, this could potentially be the final mix, right? So I have this like final mix done, and then I'm like, okay, I think this might be the final mix, but I'm going to sleep on it. So I'll render out the final mix, the quote unquote final mix, and then I'll sleep on it. I'll test it on a few different things. So the things I usually use. So when I'm mixing, I have my headphones, which some people will probably say is not necessarily the best, because a lot of professionals, they like to use like professional monitors, but my room is not well treated for that, so headphones it is for me. So I do all the mixing on my headphones, my trusty Sennheiser headphones. I don't care what anyone says. I actually really don't like... So when you speak to people who are like really into audio, a lot of people who mix, they will recommend Audio-Technica headphones. I mean, I've only tried one pair, to be fair, but it's the most popular one, and I hated them. I absolutely, I wish I never bought them, because I hate them so much. Like, it genuinely feels like a vice on my head. Like, the pressure that it exerts on your head is just so, oh my gosh, I can't wear them for very long before it gets really irritating. And yeah, I don't like them. I don't like how they sound. Well, when I say I don't like how they sound, I think it might be because, well, I got my Sennheisers first, and they have a bit more of like a dark sound to them. Because I think my ears are kind of sensitive to high frequencies. So I don't really like it when I feel like it sounds a bit too harsh, right? And I don't know, the Audio-Technicas, they just sound, they're supposed to be flat according to most people, but yeah, I think maybe because I'm used to having like more of the dark sound, when I can hear like super harsh frequencies on those, I don't really like it. Like, it really it causes a lot of ear fatigue very quickly. So yeah, generally I don't personally recommend those headphones. I know a lot of people do and they swear by them, but personally I'm not a very big fan of them. But my Sennheisers, my trusty Sennheisers, oh my gosh. Actually, one of my friends was asking me this question the other week, because he was asking me, hey Alka, how much money do you have to spend to get like a nice set of headphones that you can use for, like your kind of audiophile use cases, and like mixing, etc. And I was telling him, I mean, really, you kind of like, as a mixer, you can really mix on anything. So I've seen people mix on like really shitty computer speakers, and like literally like the free Apple earpods that you used to get in like when you bought Apple products, like they came with the free wired earpods, right? I've seen people mix on stuff like that before. And like their mixes came out like not bad actually. And it's usually because the main thing is that you know what you're listening for when you use any type of like speaker or earbud or headphone. So yeah, my own headphones, they're not actually very expensive. This is what a lot of people might say that you need to buy to have like a nice experience. But then again, I also haven't used the expensive headphones, so maybe if I actually went out and bought some expensive headphones, maybe I'll have like a life-changing experience. But at least for my uses, my trusty Sennheisers have been very good for that. So yeah, I've never spent more than the equivalent of, I think it would be around like just over $100 for my headphones. So yeah, there's some headphones which people recommend which are like about I want to say $300 to $400, even hitting like $500, $600 for like the really nice audiophile headphones. But for me personally, I've been fine with my like $100-ish headphones. So yeah, I'm like, you don't need to really splash out that much as long as you know what you're listening for. So anyway, yes. So I'll finish the mix on my headphones, which again, like, you know, they're not like the best or anything, but I like them. I know what they sound like. So it's like, yeah. Usually at that point, I'm like, I get them to a point where it's kind of like, I feel like, ooh, okay, I think this will translate well to other places. But the thing is, sometimes when I listen to something on my headphones and then I compare how it sounds against like another reference track on a different speaker, like let's say, for example, I listen on my iPad, right? I'm listening on my iPad, I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound as good on my iPad. I used to have that problem a lot when I first started, and it's like there's some things that you have to kind of be aware of when you're using headphones, especially if you're using what they call closed back headphones. So like I really like having open back headphones for mixing purposes, but closed back can be nice too, like if you want to try and get rid of any like background noise and stuff when you're trying to concentrate. But yes, having the open back headphones generally helps a bit with like sound staging and stuff, but there's still some things which you don't fully know how it is going to translate to like a phone or an iPad or like a speaker until you actually listen to it on that thing. And a lot of audio engineers, they have what they call like the car test, the car radio test, where they basically take their final mix and then they play it on their car, like in their car, on the speakers, because they tend to not be very good. So they're like, okay, if it can sound good in my car, then it probably will sound at least good in, you know, most other places. So yeah, usually actually after I've used my like nice headphones to listen to the mix, I'll then like try to listen to it on like the shittiest speaker that I have, and I'm like, okay, as long as it's listenable on this shitty speaker, then I'm happy. So at the moment, I mean, yeah, my phone is probably the shittiest speaker that I have right now. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's also not the best. It's very, I don't know how to explain it. I have a Pixel 7 and the speakers are like really bad. like they're okay in terms of they play audio, but it's just sometimes when I listen to my mix on my phone speakers, I will hear frequencies which I didn't know existed in the mix. I'll be like, this is picking up sound which I didn't know even existed in my mix. What? So that's crazy. And actually, when I was working on this song, I'm telling you guys this, but like it's kind of like a secret, to be honest. But in the instrumental, I couldn't even hear it on the version with my vocals, right? But when I was listening to the instrumental on my phone, there's this part during like the wub wub part of the song. You'll understand what I mean once you listen to it. But there's this part on the wub wub bit of the song where there's like a bit of white noise that suddenly comes into like what's the word? Like you can hear it, but I can only hear it on my phone. And I'm like, is that my phone or is that like what? I don't know how to explain it, but basically I couldn't hear it on my headphones. I couldn't hear it on my iPad. I couldn't hear it on my computer speakers, but I couldn't hear it on my earbuds either, but on my phone, like I think it really accentuates certain frequencies, and it must have just hit a particular frequency with this white noise. And it's like I'm listening to the wub wub, and suddenly there's just like a white noise sound, like a and I'm like, what? I'm like, well, how did I not notice this? Oh my gosh, what the heck? So I heard that, and this is kind of like, you know, when you're doing art and you accidentally draw on the wrong layer, and you're like, shit, which layer did I just draw on? Like, which layer is this supposed to actually be on? It kind of felt like that, because I was like, wait, where is this white noise coming from? And so I went back to my mix, and I was like, okay, is it the wub wub? Is it the wub wub that's causing the noise? So then I EQ'd it. So I was like looking at the EQ, and I was like trying to figure out, okay, is this causing the noise? So then I like did like a high cut on the EQ to try and, like, you know, get rid of the white noise, because I thought maybe it's probably like a higher frequency, right? So I did that on the wub wub, and then I listened to it again, and it didn't work. I could still hear the white noise. And then I was like looking at all the other instruments. I was like, literally, what other instrument is causing this white noise? And sometimes it might not even be like, when I say instrument, I just mean the track, because it might not be the instrument. It might be like a plugin. So if I'm using, like, you know, a saturator or something, sometimes they can cause like distortion and accentuate white noise and stuff. So I was like literally looking through each of my layers, like each of my tracks, and I have like almost 80 tracks in this project. So I'm just like, I'm like, where is this coming from? Oh my gosh. But long story short, I never managed to figure out what it was. So it's actually still in the final mix, but I'm like, okay, unless someone's listening to just the instrumental on like a Pixel 7, they're not going to hear it, I think, hopefully. Unless there's other phones out there which use the same speakers as like a Pixel 7. I don't know what phones use the same speakers and things, but oh my god, it stressed me out so much. And I was like, you know what, maybe it can just be, I'll just pretend I did it on purpose. It can just be a feature now. It can just be a feature of the instrumental now. But yeah, you can't really hear it in the version with my vocals. So I don't think, unless you listen to the instrumental on like a shitty phone speaker, I don't think anyone's gonna hear it. But I guess if you're listening to this stream right now, then you know it exists. And I mean, if you hear it, and you can just be like, Alka, I heard it. I heard the noise. Then be like, cool. I'll be part of an exclusive club. Did you hear the noise during the wub wub? You have to show me evidence of you listening to the song and audibly hearing the noise during the wub wub, and then I can be like, okay, cool, you're in the club now. You can hear the noise. You're in the noisy wub wub club. Oh gosh. But yes, most of the time when I'm testing it on my phone, really I'm just hoping that it sounds like not terrible. And I think the other thing about this Pixel speaker, for some reason, it really highlights reverb a lot. So like, I'll be listening to my mix on my headphones, and it won't sound like there's that much reverb, because I tend to mix quite, I wouldn't say I mix very dry, but I try to mix in a way where it's like not always super obvious that there's reverb, unless the song really calls for it. That there's reverb or delay and stuff. But yeah, my phone speaker, for some reason, even when it doesn't sound very reverby in the mix, when I'm listening to it like everywhere else, my phone speaker makes it sound like I'm singing in like a bathroom or something. In like the toilet. I'm like, why does this sound so reverby? Oh my gosh. And then the thing is, what's crazy is, when I then compare that to like some other reference tracks which have far more audible reverb than my track does, they sound fine. I'm like, I don't get it. What secret sauce do these other audio engineers have that I'm like, I don't know, like that I don't understand. And another thing is I always have a really hard time with the high frequencies, to be honest, because I kind of have like a slight aversion to them. I don't really like it when it sounds like too harsh and like bright in my ears, but at the same time, you kind of need that in order to like make it sound good, you know, versus like other songs and things. Also, hello Jack, good to see you. Happy Sunday. So the thing is, I think my voice is very, how would I explain? Like, I do tend to sing a little bit lower, but there's certain frequencies in my voice which I think when I boost the high frequencies, it sounds really quite harsh and brittle. So I try my best to, you know, not accentuate those high frequencies too much. But then if I don't do it enough, it starts to sound a bit too dark and like muddy and muffled, right? And again, when I listen to it on my phone, if I've maybe cranked up the high frequencies a bit too much, it just sounds really, really harsh on my phone. But then it doesn't sound good on like other things. So I'm just like, so that's the thing. It's like when I'm listening to it on different speakers, sometimes I'll be like, I really shouldn't be using those speakers to like tell me how I should adjust the mix, but I end up doing that because I don't know. I feel like if you can make it sound good on the shitty speakers, then generally better headphones, even though technically speaking, you can hear more details in them. I do think they compensate a lot for like those things which maybe are not done as well. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but basically, like in terms of EQ, if you can make it sound good on a shitty speaker, it's probably gonna sound better on like good headphones, versus if you make the EQ sound really bad on the shitty speaker, like it might sound good in the headphones, but it might sound bad in the shitty speaker. Does that make sense? But yeah, anyway, sometimes when I'm mixing on my headphones, I'll be like, ooh, like this sounds really good. And then I'll listen to it on my phone and I'll be like, oh, this sounds really shit. Is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, sometimes it takes some back and forth. I'll be like printing out like so many mix downs of the song. I think I'll be finished by like version 2 of the song. And then I'll listen to it on like, you know, my earbuds or my phone. And I'll be like, ooh, we're not quite done yet. And then like yesterday I thought I was going to be done on version 2. And to be honest, like I think it sounds good. I don't think any of the final mix downs that I made, I could release any of them if I'm being honest. I think they all sound good. But, you know, it's just kind of like really dialing down and getting it to like the final version. So I went from like version 2 to like version 7. And all I did was maybe like, I don't know, adjust the EQ by like 0.5 of a decibel between versions. And then when I'm trying to listen between versions, I'm like, I can't even remember what I'm listening out for anymore. But I think the final version that I've landed on, hopefully, is the one I'll be happy with in due time. It will stand the test of time a little bit more than the other versions, hopefully. But yeah, very, very, very minor changes between each of them. Like I think between like version 4, 5, and 6, the only thing I changed was like the level of the vocals by like 0.5 dB or something, because I thought they were a bit too quiet initially. Like this is the thing, I initially made it a bit loud, and then I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's too loud. So then I turned them down, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's too quiet now. So I went halfway, and I was like, I'm still not 100%. And then I ended up back where I started. Like I ended up with the same volume that I started with. So I went through 4 revisions and I ended up with the same volume from before I did all those revisions. Oh my god. But yeah, sometimes you don't know until you try it. So that's basically the process. And then you just like gaslight yourself into thinking, oh my gosh, does this sound better? I can't tell if this sounds better. Like I can't tell if I'm placeboing myself into, oh, this sounds better. But yeah, and then it's so funny because sometimes it'll sound better on one like speaker and it'll sound, I don't know, like the same on a different one, and you're like, I can't tell which one is better. But yeah, anyway, after all of that, I think you guys can understand why I'm sick of my song. I'm so tired of listening to it. And the other thing, oh my gosh, guys, the other thing about doing all these comparisons is that there's not even a point in doing these comparisons until you've kind of like done it in a way which all of the songs are at the same volume as each other, in terms of when I put this song on YouTube, right? YouTube will lower the volume of the song. I can't remember what it's called. I think there's a technical term for this. But basically, they kind of like, they're trying to make the average volume of all of their stuff like the same, so that it's for the user experience, so that, you know, when you're switching between music, so this is the same for like, you know, Spotify and all the streaming platforms as well. But basically it's so when you're switching between songs, you're not constantly adjusting the volume. So like, you know, if there's a song which is really quiet and you have to like, oh, like turn it up, and then you turn it up, and then the next song like completely blasts your ears or something, you know, that's generally not good, right? So all of the platforms, they try to, I think it's like RMS loudness or something like that, like root mean standard, I don't know what it stands for, but yeah, they're trying to like find that kind of like average loudness in the song. So when I'm doing all these comparisons, I also have to make sure I'm doing it at like the same volume that it'll be played on YouTube and stuff. So thankfully there's a handy tool that I do use to help me with that. There's like a website that I use which generally tells me like, ooh, when you upload your music to YouTube, it will turn it down by like 4 dB, and then, you know, I'll stick in a reference track. And the reference track might be like, ooh, YouTube will turn this reference track down by like 5.5 dB or something. Because when I'm listening to it in Cubase, if I don't do that, then, you know, the track which is sounding louder by itself, so like if the file sounds louder, but actually when I upload that file to YouTube, it will get turned down more by YouTube because it's picking up, oh, like this track is louder, so actually we need to turn this down more so that it doesn't affect people, you know, like having to press their volume buttons and stuff. So if I don't do that, then I'll always think my song sounds shit in comparison. Because generally when the music is a bit louder, you know, it sounds better because there's more energy, you can hear more of the frequencies, like, you know, it generally just has a bit more energy to it, so it sounds a bit nicer, and you've got like a bit more clarity and openness in the song, right? So that's not really a fair comparison. So yeah, when you're doing these comparisons, you also have to make sure you're kind of trying to listen to it in a similar volume level. So yeah, imagine me doing that with my own song as well. Like, gosh, like how many times I had to listen to it. And also, sometimes when I make the adjustments, if I make the adjustment, like for example, when I adjusted between like two of the versions, the only thing I did was I adjusted like one plugin. I adjusted the dial by 1%. Okay? There's a plugin I had on my mastering track. I adjusted it by 1%. When I stuck it in my on the website, which tests how much the platforms will reduce the volume by, it said that it would get reduced by an extra 0.2 dB. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I make a tiny adjustment, but it'll still end up being adjusted on the other end too. So I'm like, oh, okay. So am I gonna keep this move, or am I gonna take it away because it's gonna affect the final volume again? Oh my god, it's so stressful, guys. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I do use that as a guide, but at the end of the day, I'm also like, okay, as long as it sounds good enough, and it's not going to sound like, you know, really really quiet or like really really loud. Well, I say really really loud, but it's actually really difficult to mix and master music to like sound really loud cleanly, because when you make things really loud, it starts to distort a lot, because yeah, once you hit like the 0 dB ceiling, it starts to get very like distorted and stuff. But yeah, gosh, some people mix so loud, and I'm just like, how on earth did you do that? Because your audio waveform literally looks like a flat brick, and I'm just like, how did you do that? Not that I want to do that. I'm just saying it's really interesting to me how people are able to do that. I think is kind of insane that people can do that and still make it not sound too distorted. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, when I was mastering the track, I usually would have probably mastered it a bit louder if I could have. But when I started taking up a little bit too loud, it was like the kick and the bass was getting a bit distorted. So then I had to turn it down. And then once you're in that realm of like, you can't turn it up anymore because it's gonna get distorted, you then have to be like very strategic about how you're gonna make it sound louder without making it sound distorted and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of like, what would I compare this to? It's very surgical. Like you have to be like, ooh, okay, what can I do to not make it sound worse, but also make it sound like good, and like, you know, not make it lower the volume a bit too much. And I think I kind of explained this a little bit during the mixing session last week. Was it last week that we did the mixing? But a lot of the times it's like the bass frequencies which tend to take up a lot of room in the mix. So if you have a bit too much bass going on, that can make it sound like really distorted, and can be difficult to make it sound loud when you have too much bass. But at the same time, actually, from when I was doing the adjustments today and last night, it was actually when I raised like the high frequencies, which it was like, oh, we're gonna turn you down now, Alka. So I don't know. I'm still figuring a lot of things out as I go, but yeah, I think I've gotten to a place where I'm pretty happy with how it holds up against like a lot of professional like mixes and masters, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm kind of aiming for. You know, I want, when I, like, for example, if someone, I don't know, like listens to my song without knowing who I am or anything about me, like if it just comes up in the Spotify playlist or something, like a randomly generated one or something, like I just want to make sure that it's not a jarring experience for them to go from the previous song to my song. Like, you know, they won't listen to the previous professionally mixed and mastered song and then go to mine and be like, okay, this sounds really bad. You know, or at least like, oh, this doesn't sound very very good compared to the thing I just listened to, just purely from like a mixing and mastering perspective, not from the actual song itself. So obviously composition and like song, the actual song is a completely different thing, but in terms of the quality of the audio, I think I just want to get to a point where hopefully it's quite, yeah, consistent with how other records are sounding. But yeah, it's really hard. I genuinely, I've like watched so many, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think how many hours I've spent watching videos about mixing and mastering at this point. Oh my gosh, probably like a good chunk of my life at this point. But yeah, even up to this day, I'm like, I feel like I'm still lacking in certain areas, but I don't know how to fix it. I'm like, I think at this stage, I think the only thing that could help me is if I genuinely sat down with someone who has made one of those like professional mixes and be like, okay, can you literally just show me what you did and like why you did it, you know, like a mentor kind of thing. I think until that happens, to be honest, I'm always gonna feel like, oh, my mixes are not like, they're good to the average person, but as like someone with trained ears and like I suppose, you know, like the audio engineering background and stuff, like knowledge that I have, I can still hear where it's lacking, you know. So I always find that quite interesting. Although a lot of my mixing friends do also say that they don't particularly like the way modern music is mixed and mastered these days. They're like, oh yeah, they just compress everything. There's like no dynamics, blah blah blah. But I think that works for a lot of the type of modern music that we have these days, like very kind of like, yeah, loud and like energetic music. Even like the songs which are a bit more gentle. I don't know, there's just something like nice. How would I explain it? It's kind of like that polished sound, you know? It's kind of like when you hear that vocal, you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like it's been professionally mixed or whatever. It's kind of like that clean polish to it. Like even when it's like a dirty song, dirty as in like the sound, like the production, not not the actual song. Like a kind of more like a dark kind of production. I think a good example is like The Weeknd. So if you guys have ever listened to like a song by The Weeknd, it's like he usually has like a very dark kind of atmosphere in his song. And like the mix is usually like it's very, how would I explain this? It's very like oh, what's the word? Oh my gosh, English. Like not unexpectedly, but oh my god, guys, what's the word? You know when it's like deceptive, that's the word. It's very deceptively dark. Because actually when you listen to like his songs, like the production is dark, but the mix itself is actually like there's a lot of high frequencies going on. And I'm just like, oh, it's so like deceptively dark. Because then when I started working on my own music, because I quite like, you know, like dark productions. I'm very into like kind of like that dark kind of atmospheric style of music, like dark pop type. So when I first started, I was like, oh, like, it shouldn't sound too bright or anything because this is a dark song, you know, like this is supposed to not sound dark. But then when I actually listened to like, you know, actual dark pop and stuff, I was like, huh, it's very deceptively dark because the textures are like, they sound dark and it's giving you like the dark vibe, but they actually mix it quite like compressed and like very like, you know, they still have a lot of the high frequencies and things going on. Like more than I expected is what I'm saying. So yeah, it's like when you're kind of like trying to learn all of this and it's just like, it's very like counterintuitive in a way. And when I was working on Light Switch, that was like one of the well, I mean, I had done a few mixes before that which were like very kind of like pop and like very you know, you wanting that like kind of crisp vocal sound. But Light Switch was like the first time I really tried it with my voice, so it was really weird to me to mix myself sounding that like bright. And even then, when I finished the Light Switch mix, it wasn't as bright as a lot of the other professional mixes that I was hearing. But I felt like, oh, if I make this sound any brighter, I'm going to hate it. And I literally won't be able to listen to this myself because it's gonna just sound too harsh to my ears. And again, that might be to do with my voice. Like maybe there's just like a certain quality in my voice, or maybe I don't know, like a missing ingredient that I need to help tame that harshness. But yeah, it was just very interesting to me. So yeah, even now, I think I've gotten to a point where thankfully I can say that I'm quite happy with how like my mixes are turning out these days. Like I feel like, yeah, I think if you're like an average listener and you listen to this, I think you'll probably think, yeah, this sounds pretty like professional. Like it's been well made. It's like quite polished. Yeah, they sound like they know what they're doing. Is like, I think the kind of place where I've gotten to. But yeah, it's just the final like, I don't know, 20% or something. I just feel like, oh, I would really like to unlock that. Like I'm like on level 4. I want to unlock level 5, you know? But yeah, at the moment I'm not sure how to do that exactly. It's not like I just have somebody in a professional studio waiting for me to hit them up or anything. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But hopefully, once I, actually work on more stuff, maybe I'll like slowly figure it out. I'm not sure. Because then there's also the balance of like, I want to spend time to improve my craft and like learn more. But at the same time, I also don't want to spend too much time because I need to finish things and release them. So it's like this kind of never-ending, balancing act between spending time to actually learn stuff, but then spending time to actually like release things as well. Because before I was way too perfectionistic. I think I would spend way too much time dialing down on things. So I think at least I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, as long as it's like 80% there, this is fine. I'll release it and then I'll move to the next thing, and then maybe we'll learn something on the next project. I think is a generally good mindset to have. I think otherwise you'll just never release anything. And I'm not trying to throw one of my friends under the bus here, but I have a friend who's really good at composing. Like, he's an amazing musician, amazing singer. He's really good at composing. He has been working on an original album since, I want to say, is either 2015 or 2016, and he still hasn't released it. And I'm just sat there like, my brother in Christ, hello, where is your album? Like, you finished this like 10 years ago. Where is it? And like, but like he's still been releasing other things. So, he still releases other things like covers and stuff, but he hasn't released like his own album. And I think it's, that feeling of, oh, this is my album, this is my baby, I need it to be perfect. But I'm like, but if you want it to be perfect, you'll never release it. And I'm sure you guys will agree with me that, up to a certain point, I think, yes, maybe there's a minimum standard that you want your music to have in terms of quality, and like, polish, etc. But after that, it's very subjective as to whether something is perfect or not. There's many songs out there which, to be honest, is their imperfections which make them iconic, like makes it a really good song, makes it memorable, just like, yeah. So I think once you get to the point where at least, this sounds well produced, well mixed, like it's like the quality is there, it's up to snuff, it's at the right standard. After that point, it's kind of diminishing returns. So yeah, I've been trying my best to definitely watch myself and make sure that I'm, working on my stuff up until that point, and then we're not kind of going past that into diminishing returns territory. Because like I said, I could spend far longer on this current mix, which I finished, if I wanted it to sound like, well, the thing is, I say that, but I actually don't even know what I would do to try and make it sound how I want it to sound. So that's the other thing. I'd have to spend time researching it, maybe finding somebody to help me figure out that missing 20%. But in that time, with that I would spend to try and get that final 20%, it's like I could have just released it and it would have been fine. Like, people would have still hopefully listened to it and enjoyed it, and they wouldn't really care whether there was like that missing 20% or not. Because when I listen to a lot of old songs, like they had so many limitations. I think that's the other thing too, guys. Like, we have too many options in the modern day and age. I was like watching some YouTube videos about it. Like, I feel like a lot of people are in crises these days because like there's just too many options. And it's like, oh, like, why would I want to do this, but like I could also do this and I could also do this. And I think, yeah, when you give yourself too many options, that's when you kind of start to like stress out about it, because you're like, oh, like, which is the optimal decision to do? And it's like, oh, so many like different routes I could go, etc., etc. Whereas like back in, I want to say maybe up to like, the 90s, maybe 80s, 90s, It's like those people literally could only record, I think, like 8 tracks. And like they had to record it on like a recorder which could only have like 8 tracks. And now in Cubase, I can have like 200 plus tracks if I wanted to. But does that make my song better than the old song, which has stood the test of time, which is iconic, which people still remember and listen to? No, it doesn't. So yeah, it's like that point where it's like, up until what point am I going to stress out about, you know, perfecting my song? And even when I don't talk about like the quality of the song, even when it comes to like the composing and the lyrics, like, you know, sometimes when I read the lyrics or like listen to the melody or like, you know, just the general composition of the song, I'm like, you know, it could be more interesting, but, you know, maybe I can use that energy in like a different project instead. So it's like, you know, this song doesn't, would I rather have one perfect song or like 5 close to perfect songs, you know? Like the time that I spend perfecting this one song, I could have had 5 songs instead. And I think I'd rather have the 5 songs which are like 80% there than one song which is 100% there. And, you know, that's still an arbitrary figure, because it's like, what is it really going to be 100%? Like, I'm sure even if I get to 100% in my opinion, in somebody else's opinion, that they'll just be like, Alka, this is not perfect, you know? So anyway, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm giving you guys like a lecture or something right now. Somebody call Professor Alka. But yeah, anyway, so my point was, yes, there are, I think, still things which I personally feel I could improve on, as like, you know, a mixer, and not just a mixer, like in other parts of the music making process. But yeah, for me this year, the most important thing is making something which I'm proud of, making something which, you know, I would be happy to release in my name. Because I think that's the other thing. I'm like, sometimes I would put off projects because I feel like, oh, I don't want to release this because I don't think this is up to like what I would be willing to put my name on. I think if any of you guys watch Will Tennyson, he's like this fitness YouTuber. He's very popular. But there was like a video that he released, I think, the other week. And he became like a professional bodybuilder, right? And in his video, one of the things he said was that his mum told him that, like, you know, you should, if you're gonna do something, you should be proud to put your name on it, you know? So basically, you know, if you're setting out to do something, like, make sure you do it to a level that, you know, you'd be proud to put your name on and say, yeah, I made this, you know, this is me, or like, I did this. And that doesn't have to be perfect though. I think that's the thing, right? Like, a lot of people think, oh, that means it has to be perfect. No, it doesn't mean it has to be perfect. It just means that, you know, if it comes down to it, you'd be like, you know what, I gave it my best effort, and I'm happy to put my name on this thing. So I've been trying to, yeah, definitely go with that mindset. I think maybe a few years ago, before I released Strawberry, I was very like conscious about my level of skill when it came to like producing and mixing and stuff. And I think that kind of held me back for a while, actually, whilst I was on my hiatus for a couple of years. I actually don't know how long my hiatus was, but basically during that time, I had a lot of fear of starting on things because I was like, oh, is there any point in me starting this project if I feel like I'm not good enough to finish it yet? And I think that's just a very dangerous mindset to have, because I think the more you work on things, the more you release things, you know, you get better as you go. So yeah, I think because of that, I spent some time kind of like figuring out, you know, how I wanted to tackle things, because the thing is, I only have so much time to work on stuff. So part of me was also like, you know, I can't really afford to work on something unless I feel like I can actually see it through. But that puts a lot of like limitations on what I can and can't work on, because I feel like, oh, I don't want to waste time working on this song if I end up not releasing it, you know? but that kind of saps the joy out of it a bit too. But it was a decision that I had to make at that time because I was very time constrained. So yeah, I think definitely this year I've kind of hopefully gotten past that fear a little bit. It's always a bit scary doing something for the first time. And like I said, back when I first released Strawberry, actually, that was like the scariest thing I ever did at that time, because up until then I hadn't released something by myself, or at least like, you know, not to like such a wide audience. So I was a bit like, oh my god, does this sound good enough to release? But thankfully I had some very supportive and encouraging people around me who were like, no, this sounds really good, Alka, you should definitely release it. So yeah, I was very, very glad that I managed to get through that hurdle. And you know what they say, it gets easier the more you do it. So, you know, ever since I released that, obviously I still have a little bit of, you know, that anxiety that comes with wanting to do well. I think, how do they put it? It's like, usually you don't feel nervous or anxious about something unless you care about it, right? So I think that's good too. You know, when you care about something, generally that's when you start to feel kind of like, oh, like, you know, I don't want this to go wrong. I don't want this to, like, you know, do badly, etc. Like, do badly on this thing. So I guess in a way it was like good that I was having those feelings, because it felt like, you know, oh, I do actually care about how this sounds and how it comes out. But yeah, it gets to a certain point where then past that point it's very detrimental to care too much about something too. And like, I don't know, there's something about when something is like your first song or like your first album, and I feel like, oh, like, you know, this is the first one, and it's like, it's your first one though, so it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? Because like, I think back then when this was kind of shortly after I did my 6-month anniversary stream, I was getting really, really worked up about, oh my god, like this has to be like, you know, this album has to be like really good. Like it has to be, I have to make sure it's like, you know, like perfect. But actually, like, no, because what, am I only gonna release one album? Like if I make the first album perfect, then what am I doing for the second album and the third album and the fourth album, you know? So I was just like, okay, that doesn't make sense to have that kind of mentality at that point. But, you know, at that time, that's how I felt anyway. So yeah, I was very like, oh my gosh, if this isn't perfect, then like, you know, what's the point? But yeah, after a while, I was like, I came to my senses a little bit, and I was like, okay, you know what? I don't think the first few things are going to be perfect. They're just going to be what I'm feeling at the time, what I'm coming up with at the time. And, you know, I've spoken to a lot of my friends about this, and oh my gosh, everyone feels the same way. So yeah, I definitely wasn't alone in feeling like that, but it was definitely like one of the biggest kind of hurdles that I had at that time. So yeah, anyway, again, to cut the long story short, yeah, so I'm happy with how this came out. Hopefully, you know, I can kind of use this as like the first step, like as a stepping stone to explore more in terms of production, and like explore more in terms of, you know, how I want to do my like composing and songwriting and stuff. Because I would probably say, if I had to rank how much I like this song versus how much I like the other songs that I have cooking, like, this doesn't even compare. I'm like, I think this song is fine, but in terms of like the other stuff that I kind of like was writing, even though it's not like, it's not done, and, you know, again, it's not to say that they're perfect or anything, but I definitely like the other stuff I've written a lot more. So that's why I was a bit nervous, actually, even about releasing this. I was like, oh, I don't know if I should release this, because I feel like it's kind of, well, first of all, it's a bit different from all the other stuff I have lined up, but also I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like very mild in comparison. But, you know, I guess I would equate it to the appetizer. So this is like an appetizer. And then yeah, main course hopefully will be coming out later this year. So yeah, I'm really excited to work on those now. I think that's why I'm sick of this song, because I'm like, I like this song, but I like the other songs more. I'm like, I like this song, like it's okay, but my other songs are better. So I was just like, I just want to get this out. Like I want to get this appetizer out so that I can work on the main course and the dessert, you know? You know what I mean, guys? You feel what I mean? So yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited about. I'm not excited about finishing the song. I'm excited about the fact that I can now work on other songs. So yeah, anyway. So yes, that will be hopefully coming out next week. So I'll be working on the video and the album cover art. Well, not the art, but like, you know, the final file for the album cover this weekend. And yeah, hopefully next week, fingers crossed, it'll be ready for you guys to take a listen. And then following that, I kind of turned down my scope a little bit with what I think is practical for me to finish this year. So I'm still planning to release the mini album before the end of the year, definitely before the end of the year. But the song following this one probably won't be out until about August, like early August. So I'll give myself a couple months just to make sure I'm happy with how that comes out, and also like, you know, work on other stuff in the meantime. But yeah, lots of things cooking. Oh, I'm so happy, guys, though. Like, I think after I came back from my Japan trip, like just knowing I don't have any more trips coming up, like it took such a big weight off my shoulders. I can't even put it into words how relieved I felt knowing that I don't have any other commitments like outside of work and, you know, normal life things. So I can actually just like work on stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been feeling very motivated to work on lots of things. So yeah, things looking good. Hopefully we kind of go roughly on track. So that, yeah, hopefully this will be out next week, and then yada yada, August, and then yeah, following that album. So yeah, very excited for all of that to come. But oh my gosh, have I been speaking for an hour without taking any breaks? Holy shit. Oh my god, can you guys tell I haven't spoken to anyone? Can you guys tell I've just been locked up in my room working on this and I haven't had any human contact in like a really long time? It was fun. You guys might have fun listening to me yap. Classic Alka Yappa moment. You know, I find it so funny because I actually don't yap that much outside of stream. Like, genuinely, I think sometimes when my friends watch me yap on stream, they're like, I didn't know you could talk that much. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I also didn't know I could talk that much. But I guess on my stream, I talk about things that I want to talk about, right? And like, because I'm the only one talking, there's not really anyone kind of like stopping me from talking. So then it just ends up going like continuing on this really long tangent. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for indulging me and going through all my thoughts about my current process and what's been happening the past few years leading up to this point. I'm very excited. I'm trying not to let like, because you know, everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's like the first original song, and I'm like, okay, but I don't think this should have the same level of importance for me because I'm a musician. So when a musician releases their first song, it's probably not their best song, to be honest. Like, you know, a lot of musicians, they leave their best to a little bit, like maybe second or third, not first. So that's kind of like the mentality I'm having, at least with it. I'm like, this is the appetizer, guys. So it's my first original that I'm releasing officially, because as you guys know, I have like God knows how many demos in my dungeon. But yeah, I'm like, oh, this is just an appetizer. Like, you guys don't even know. This is just an appetizer, man. This ain't even the shit. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for yes letting me yap for all of that time. Oh my gosh. And you know what? It's because I didn't actually know what to do for stream today. I should really be working on the music video and stuff. But I thought, you know what? I've been mixing all week, so maybe I'll take a little break just to yap and wind down a little bit. So yeah. Veo, hello. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go turn my light on because it's getting a bit dark now. But yeah, what would you guys like to do today? I don't really have many things installed at the moment, actually. I only have like 4 games on my PC. I don't know if maybe I should just do a little bit of Zenless today. I don't really want to like start a whole new game. Or we could continue a little bit of our girly adventures. But yeah, first port of call. I'll just go turn my light on. So just give me a second. I'll just leave myself unmuted, I guess. The light, it burns. Oh my gosh. Oh, can I tell you guys something crazy? Oh my god, my sleep schedule's so bad. My sleep schedule is so bad. I slept at like... Oh my god, what time did I sleep yesterday? I think I slept at like 8 AM yesterday. Or I guess today. I slept at like 8 AM. And I woke up... Originally, I woke up around like midday, I think. I woke up around like 1 PM. But then I was like, oh nah. Oh nah, this is not... We're not doing this. And then I slept some more until like... It was between 3 and 4 PM. It was like 3 something by the time I like actually woke up and got out of bed. Oh my god. I'm a mess, guys. I'm actually a mess. You better get back to bed. Well, I'm okay now. It's like 9 PM now, Splashy. Also, good afternoon. Good to see you, Splashy. I'm alright now. But yeah, anyway. Right, let's do a little something. Oh, you know what I was doing actually yesterday, guys? When I was taking a break from mixing yesterday, I was like looking up some... I was like trying to think of some ideas for like future karaoke sessions and things. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll have like a sad girl karaoke. And then we'll have like an old timer karaoke, like some like really old kind of like songs, like classic nostalgic songs. And one song, well, I didn't search for this myself, but when I was searching up some other songs, it came up in like my recommended on YouTube down the side. It was My Heart Will Go On from Titanic by Celine Dion. And I was like, oh yeah, I like that song. So I went to listen to it, and oh my god, I literally, like, I was watching the version where it's got like clips from the movie, and oh my god, I was like an uncontrollable sobbing mess. I absolutely bawled my eyes out. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever sat through watching that film or like the music video for that song without crying. Tell me, after 2 decades from when I first saw this film, why does it still make me cry? Even though I'm a grown woman now. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. I watched the music video and I just saw Rose and Jack, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was bawling. I like literally, I couldn't stop crying. I used up like 3 tissues. But yes, that is a great song. So yeah, that's just some of the karaoke ideas I have coming up. I'll dot them around a bit, so I'm not sure when they'll happen, but yeah, planning to have some fun karaoke sessions in the future, when my voice feels like cooperating. So yeah, right, what shall we do today, guys? Alright, so I don't think I can stream for like that long, since I already spent an hour of it yapping, but I was thinking either we can do a little bit of Zenless, because I'm a bit behind on Zenless actually, so I haven't done the story for a while, so I'm actually a bit behind. So we can either do Zenless, or I think maybe start on one of the other girls in lovely Yurivian. Haven't seen Zenless in a bit. Some Zenless. Okay, are we doing Zenless today then? Cool. Let's do that today then. Okie dokie. Right, I'll just start up the game. Hopefully, I actually started up my OBS as admin. Otherwise, it's gonna kick me in the butt. Be like, you did not open this as admin. You cannot do game capture on Zenless. Pray for me. There we go. Thank God. Prayer complete. I think... Did I get the Bangbu? Oh, that's not the right one. This one? Oh. There we go. Sharkboo. Do you guys have a favorite Bangbu, actually? I don't know if I have a favorite. Like an all-time favorite. I have a few that I like though. Oh, he's attached. Oh, okay. Hold on. Not attaching him in that area. Nope. I'm gonna stick him here. There we go, that'll do. Alright. The avocado one. You like the avocado one? Did you see the new Karas and Zen? I did actually, yeah. I saw the update for the new location too. Ooh, it looks really interesting. I'm really excited. I really like it when they mix traditional and modern things together. So I'm really excited actually. Also, give me a second, guys. Let me just check my audio stuff. Okay.
The thought of an apocalypse never troubled me.
I don't know if this is how you type it, but... Okay, there we go. So I think the last part that we got to on the story was, I think we were gonna go to the auction with Hugo. Oh my gosh, that's... Jesus Christ, when was that stream? That feels like an eternity ago. Right, let's do some dailies first. So yeah, I think we needed to go to the auction. And then we wanted to go to the auction for what reason? I can't even remember. To steal everything. Steal all the antiques. Stealing stuff to sell on the black market, exactly. Why else would you go to an auction? if it's not to steal the items and then sell them yourself. And some coffee. Some coffee.
Coffee to jumpstart your day.
Let's go for this one. I did spend a little time trying to buff up some characters though. So I think
Ready and waiting. Asset.
I shall follow.
Let's.
Good day, Lord Phaeton.
I tried to get Vivian up a bit, but I think I'm lacking in some materials still. Hey, this one? I can. Okay. Can't do that one though. Alright, so yeah, she's a little bit powered up now. I also tried to do Grace a little bit.
I only handle technical matters.
Oh, same Grace, same. Vivian is so pretty. She is, isn't she? She's very pretty. Okay. I don't know if it's worth pulling for Hugo. 'Cause I think I saw people say that Vivian and Hugo don't actually go that well together. Like in combat. Alright. Let's go straight to the story, shall we? Wait, what's the story one again? How do I go to the story again? No, there we go. Don't remember which buttons do which. I think it's this one. Bury your tears for the past. Okay. Yes, Vivian is very pretty. Rest and prepare for auction. Okay, yeah. So this is where we got up to. I'm gonna drink some water as well. Oh, Luminous Square. Your invitation has been confirmed. Esteemed guest, would you like to enter the private suite? Guys, we got a private suite. What the heck? Like VIPs. As expected, the private suite looks high-end. No wonder the invitation was so hard to get. There's also some expensive-looking desserts and drinks. Belle knows what's up. Seems to be early. Lycon and the others haven't arrived yet. Should we take a look around first? Don't mind if I do. Do some snooping. Oh. Please help me. I really have no other choice. No other choice? Something happening over there. Let's go take a look.
Lies.
Oh.
Deception. Betrayal. I see swirling mist, shrouding the truth in a deep, enigmatic haze. Found you. Chosen one.
Dang, Vivian got that aura. Hello?
You are exactly as I thought you'd be.
Okay. And that is what exactly?
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Words can only convey so much, so it's understandable if what I say doesn't make sense to you now. But you'll know what I mean soon enough.
Young lady, I know you might think I'm lying, but I'm telling the truth. That item was my late husband's keepsake, I had to pawn it due to financial difficulties. But I can't bear to see it auctioned away to who knows where. I'd never be able to get it back. Please help me bid for it. There's a hidden flaw in that item. If you point it out during inspection, it will be withdrawn from the auction and returned to the pawn shop. That way you won't have to pay for it. In return, I'll offer you some compensation. It may not be much, but it's all I can manage. Please.
Mom, please don't cry. Your story might be genuine, but your intention is not. Besides, this has nothing to do with me. Your misfortune is not my concern.
Young lady, you don't look like you're struggling for money. How can you be so cold-hearted?
I mean, looks can be deceiving. Also, actually, I was about to say, Lucky, Sienna is giving me mum vibes. Like, you know, like anime mum. Like, you know, the mum vibes, like, they're either wearing really comfy, like, jumper / cardigan, or they have, like, the mum plait, like, the braid. Where it's, like, the braid, like, on one side. Something like that. I was like, oh, this is super mum vibes.
I'm sure this refined individual here feels the same way.
Huh? Are you referring to me?
Yes, you. If you're willing, could you please...
The auction is about to start. I'm not sure how you gained entry, but I'm sure you don't want to be driven out with your daughter.
Good thing she doesn't have the dead mum hairstyle. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, she's going to live.
And you? Here's a little piece of advice. Don't let your sympathy easily sway you in an auction like this. Otherwise, you might get swindled. I'm Vivian, by the way. Pleasure to meet you.
What if I want to get swindled, Vivian? Did you think of that?
Dear guests, the auction will begin shortly. Please make your way to the venue.
Are you alright? Seemed you were caught up in some dispute just now. I'm fine. Then I'm relieved. Actually, I overheard parts of the conversation. Forgive me for speaking bluntly, but it's rather strange to have guests like that mother and daughter at this auction. I was thinking that too. I was like, who let them in? they seem kind of out of place. Perhaps, as the mysterious Miss Vivian said, they didn't enter through regular means. There may be more to this. But let's return to the auction. If you're interested in any particular item, you can bid on it. Master will cover the bill for you. Oh, you must be rich. Then I won't hold back. Rest assured, Master's budget is quite sufficient. Regular auction items should not be a problem. Unless other parties also set their sights on that item we wanted. Should that happen, we'll adapt accordingly. I trust in your wisdom. My wisdom? I'm not wise. Get it? Because wise is my brother, so I'm not wise. But I'm just... During the conversation with Lycon, a sudden unexpected guest appears beside you. What a small world. So you've got a new companion today. Where's that obnoxious blonde boy from last time? Obnoxious? Oh, Hugo? Obnoxious blonde boy. A friend of mine. Didn't expect someone of your caliber to be able to attend this auction. If Master Edmund finds out, he'll make sure to investigate where you got that invitation from. You don't even know who Master Edmund is? He's a prominent figure in Tops, someone with the authority to speak on behalf of them. Master Edmund will also attend the auction, and he has an extremely noble mark on his forehead that anyone who sees it will remember. Tusk, why am I wasting my breath? You wouldn't understand anyway. I don't like this guy. You better pray we don't set our sights on the same auction item. You'll have no chance of winning. Master, that gentleman just now seemed very hostile towards you. Looks like you two have had some history. However, it's getting late. Let's head into the venue. Esteemed guest, please present your invitation. Your invitation has been confirmed. Welcome to the auction. Please follow me. Okay, enter the auction. First half features a variety of items, none that you're looking for. Strange yet amusing golden bamboo statue. Fortunately, your budget allows you to try bidding for it. Good news is you only have one opponent. Bad news is that guy is Curtis. You'll just have to take him down, just like last time. I thought he was broke. How can he bid if he has no money? For some reason, that mysterious Miss Vivian also seems intrigued by this bidding, comes to our side.
He may be from the Ravenlock family, but he's been entering the lottery in secret. Maybe he's not as well off as I thought.
Ugh, what rotten luck. I didn't expect to see you here. I won't back down this time.
Well then, let's double our bid.
Ugh, a commoner would never bid so high. Damn it.
Commoner? Commoner?
A strong move, setting the tone right from the start.
You should just give up already. I'm dead set on getting this item.
Good luck to you. Host, I increased my bid by 20%.
Where could you have gotten so many Denny's?
Hold on, guys, I froze. Give me 2 seconds. Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Why could I have gotten so many Denny's? From the Denny's car park, bro. From the Denny's car park.
A solid move, but perhaps a bit too costly for me.
Okay. Let's not rush into inflating the price. Seems like it's just the two of us interested in the item. Why don't we discuss this in private first?
I don't want to make a deal with him. I don't like him. Let's just outbid
No matter
him.
what, I won't back down.
Ugh, I didn't expect you to be so determined.
This is the perfect moment to shake your opponent.
You're really stubborn, huh? Is it really worth arguing over such a small collectible?
Okay, but then why do you want it so badly?
Sure is. The money in our pocket is our biggest advantage. Host, I'm raising the bid.
The price is way more than it's worth. Forget it, I'm out.
It's a bit overpriced, but it's still acceptable.
You beat Curtis, winning the bid.
Regardless, congratulations on your winning bid. Though, in my opinion, its aesthetic style is a bit ahead of its time.
That's such a nice way to say it looks ugly. Thank you, Vivian.
But as long as you like it, that's what matters. After all, the true value of art is in the love people invest in it.
The next item is truly exceptional. The final creation of a legendary artist, the only one of its kind in all of New Eridu. The artist's tale is quite fascinating. Unrecognized during his lifetime, his works were discovered by art collectors after his death and became hugely popular. Because of this, authentic works are few and far between, making each one incredibly precious. And this stunning final piece, anyone who loves his work won't want to miss it. Without further ado, let's get started! Starting bid, 200 million Denny's!
If I can get it for under 500 million, I can still turn a profit. 300 million!
If I'm not mistaken, Wise, isn't that the item the woman asked Vivian to bid on?
Yeah, that's the one. If our budget allows, perhaps we should.
1 billion.
She said the B word. Oh my gosh. Billion. Oh my god.
Even if his final piece is a collectible of this quality, starting at $1 million right off the bat.
No, Curtis. She said billion, not million.
Since she doesn't have to earn her own money, any bid is just a number to her.
Was that Vivian? Wow, she just said, "Don't let your sympathy sway you," then went ahead and bid anyways.
Yeah, but she can literally afford not to take her own advice.
Ooh, this elegantly dressed lady certainly has refined taste and deep pockets. So, is anyone ready to challenge this young lady? Invest in the legacy of a talented artist who left us too soon. Its value could double in the future.
I'd advise against it. I'm going to bid on this no matter the price tonight.
This young lady is certainly very confident. Our time is almost up at $1 billion. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Sold for $1 billion. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
That concludes the first half of the auction. Please feel free
Vivian,
to
be
unwind in
loaded.
the lounge for a bit, as more treasures await in the second half.
Okay.
The coffee here is drinkable.
Why
felt
are there
that.
so many unfamiliar faces around? I thought this was for regulars only.
The coffee is drinkable.
You have a strange look on your face. Despite her ruthless exterior, she's actually quite kind-hearted.
Does she have that much? If she does, then I'd like some of it, please, Vivian. Can you be my sugar mummy?
Though you wouldn't dare think that, would you?
Is she still though? Did she just spend $1 billion? True, true. Or maybe it's not cash, you know. Maybe it's like, maybe she has like assets.
How did you know?
Looks like I hit the mark. Just to clarify, I didn't assist that woman out of kindness. Nor do I plan on giving up the item I just purchased. Because it's nothing more than a common scam.
A scam? So you're saying that woman is a con artist?
They'll tell you a tragic story, begging you to help bid on a collectible at a high price. They promise a reward and guarantee the item will be withdrawn from the auction, so you think you won't have to pay anything. But the reality is, once you bid, the deal is done. No going back. And you end up shelling out a hefty sum for something worthless.
So, why did you still bid on the item?
I really enjoyed the story of that legendary artist. Art, at its essence, sells stories, doesn't it? I'm willing to pay the price for the stories I choose. That's another lie. Looks like you believed me.
Okay, so what we've learnt today is that Vivian is a liar.
How did you figure it out again?
Let me give you another piece of advice. Appearances can be deceiving.
Did I not just say that?
People often mask their true intentions. Sometimes, what you can't see is the real truth.
Vivian suddenly approaches, blinks, and silently mouths 2 words. Master Proxy. She knows your proxy identity? She
I
knows.
hope next time you'll accept my invitation, and not that of these pretenders. I'll see you soon, my friend of many secrets.
The way Vivian whispers everything makes it even more like,
The second half of the auction is about to begin. Please make your way to the venue.
even more like, ugh. Sends shivers down my spine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Oh, that guy looks cool. Wait, is this guy headless? Oh no, wait, is that just a jacket? I thought that was the host. I was like, what? He has no head? Yeah, I like the guy with the red like waistcoat. It was cool.
Up next in our auction is tonight's showpiece, the one-of-a-kind Robe of Heroes.
Robe. I can't roll my R's. Goddamn.
Legend has it that, long ago, this was a garment that only a hero could wear.
The Headless Host is kind of a cool nickname. Oh my god, that would be so cool. I am the Headless Host of the auction. Welcome.
What's truly fascinating is the unique gem embedded in the collar of this robe. It's unlike any gem I've ever seen. Almost magical.
Oh. Oh. That is a nice looking gem. Extracted from a sacrifice.
Wise, that gem's probably what we're looking for.
Such an important item. Yet, it's just there on a piece of clothing. Completely unprotected.
How gaudy.
This auction sure is busy. There's people of all sorts, whether they belong or not.
Robe of Heroes. What a tacky name. Nonetheless, I'll secure it. In the name of the Ravenlock family.
Oh, is he a Ravenlock?
Yes, I see it. Seems authentic. Of course, I'll keep an eye on it.
After some intense bidding, only 2 contenders remain. You and Hartman, the current head of the Ravenlock family.
I didn't expect this to drag on so long.
Oh, that's Hartman. Oh wait, yeah, we came here to see him, didn't we? I think.
I believe there is no meaning in continuing this senseless bidding war. Frankly, wasting time irks me more than squandering money. So, my friend, let's cut to the chase. What did you have in mind?
This man is pretty shrewd. Maybe I should match his energy. Perhaps a better question should be, what can you offer me?
The ball's in my court now. Good. I enjoy conversing with people of sufficient intelligence. There are more antiques in this auction than just the robe. Why rush into this? You might find something else you prefer.
I'm not a collector, so I'm not into antiques. That robe just caught my eye.
Oh, did we pick the wrong choice?
In that case, how about we strike a deal? All I want is that gem. So, if you cease bidding now, I'll take the gem and you can have the rest of the robe. How does that sound?
Oh no.
You called our bluff.
Fuck.
The Ravenlock family always gets what they desire. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask around.
What a coincidence! I, too, always get what I want.
You're quite confident.
You know when to stand your ground. Well done.
Thanks, Lycon.
My time is valuable, my friend. I've already lost a significant amount of Denny's talking to you. If I offer you a token of appreciation, let's say a hefty sum of Denny's, would you consider backing out of this bid?
Don't try to bribe me. I don't need or want money. For once.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? It's been a while since someone dared speak to me like that.
Yeah, I should speak to you like that more often then.
All right, since I can't sway you, we'll have to settle this with our financial power. But let me be clear. No matter how high it goes, I won't back down.
Oh no. Though the mayor gave us a huge sum of Denny's, I have a sinking feeling it won't be enough to outbid this rich jerk.
After a round of intense bidding, Hartman secures the Robe of Heroes at a ridiculously high price.
Thank you, everyone. It appears I'm the final winner of this auction after all. Well, I'll be taking this masterpiece with me. Of course. I must extend my sincere gratitude to all of you.
Damn it, we almost won! Ugh, Denny grabbing jerks.
I got a message from Hugo. He wants us to...
What?
Look up?
What happened?
Why'd the lights go out?
What's going on? The power went out?
Mommy! I
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's auction. My apologies for the long and dreary opening.
Oh, this is the real auction?
Losers always have a lot to say.
That guy looks familiar.
You don't recognize his voice, Belle.
Is that?
What are you all standing around for? Someone deal with this intruder!
How uncouth. I'm simply here to reclaim what's rightfully mine.
Oh.
You! When did you?
Well then, tonight's show is coming to an end.
Phantom of the Auditorium. That's amazing. Yes, Phantom of the Opera style. I actually only watched that recently. I think I watched it like around the beginning of the year. It was either end of 2024 or early this year. I'd never watched it before that, although I knew the like the famous song.
I wish you all a lovely evening. Yours truly, Mockingbird.
After him! Catch that thief or forget about getting paid tonight!
Damn, they don't get a cut of the billion Denny's.
I can't believe he's here. And his target happens to be that core, too. Forgive me, Master Proxy, but that... Mockingbird and I have... history.
History, you say? Oh, okay.
He might find it surprising, but I know him too.
You do?
I do. You brief Lycon about your encounter with Hugo. Emphasize that you had no intention of keeping it in the dark.
I see. So that's how you know him. Years ago, we founded Mockingbird, the Phantom Thieves Syndicate.
Phantom Thieves? Oh my gosh, this is like Persona 5.
Things started off well. We were young, with naive ideals and lofty goals, and we pursued what we thought was right. But one night, that all changed. There may have been signs of what was to come, but no one noticed them at the time, or perhaps we chose to ignore them. Eventually, I left Mockingbird and accepted the olive branch extended by the mayor. The separation was, shall we say, less than amicable. And my dearest friend became my sworn enemy.
Oh no, not the friends to enemies trope.
Master Proxy, if I may ask, what do you think of Hugo?
He seems pretty nice. He did lend us a hand, so he doesn't really come across as a bad guy to me.
I see. A facade, I'm sure, to earn your trust. In any case, he's very dangerous. I'm still unsure of his intentions, but we cannot risk letting him have the sacrifice core. Based on my past experiences, I can likely predict the route he'll take to evade his pursuers and escape. However, this path lies within the Hollow. Master Proxy, can you...
Let's head straight there. I'm feeling super strong right now.
Very well. Please, follow me then.
Feeling super strong? What does that mean exactly? Do we just get a pump from the gym? Is that what it is, Belle? Master, it's this direction. If we enter the Hollow from here, we should be able to track him down. By the way, about your sibling. He's already gone home. That's good to hear. Worry not, and ensure your safety at all times within the Hollow. You seem to know him well. We were best partners after all, and that won't change. Master Proxy, if you're ready, let's enter the Hollow. God, Lycon's dark past. Hell yeah.
As I thought, Hugo really is here. When we were still working together, he would often choose routes that were difficult to attack, yet easy to defend. Master Proxy, the layout of the port is complex. Ethereals may jump out from any corner. Do be extra careful.
There are so many ethereals. They don't seem to faze him at all.
Though I am loath to admit it, that man is quite formidable.
Master Proxy, the container console here has been destroyed by Hugo, who really went to great lengths to block our path. But don't worry, once we find the specific container console, we'll be able to repair it. Okay. Oh.
Careful, or you'll get hurt.
Ah, I'm stuck.
I'm not going to let you
Fuck.
have your way. Master Proxy, that's one of Hugo's weapons. Make sure to avoid it. Stand still. It may look like a coin. He's extremely familiar with this place. Master Proxy, dragging this out will only be to our disadvantage. Let's proceed through here post-haste. Stay calm now. The mechanism here isn't damaged. It's still functioning normally. Something's not right. It feels too easy, almost as if let us through on purpose. Evade, now! Stand still.
What's the rush, my friends? We still have plenty of time.
Stay calm now.
Oh. Played right into his hands. He's taken the opportunity to run off again. Lycon, don't lose to him. Terribly sorry. I will catch up to him. Today's leg day. If I'm not mistaken, the direction Hugo just escaped to should be the area above where we first entered the hollow. TNT, hello. Thank you for the water redeem. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Let's hurry and catch up.
This must be the right way. Not to worry, Master Proxy. We'll be able to catch up to him soon. It should be this way. Are they from the auction? No, they shouldn't be able to track Hugo here. They're likely just hollow raiders. Back then, Hugo would typically retreat into a hollow after securing the goods. And as his partner, I'd be responsible for leading the pursuers astray. I'm unsure if he has a partner now, or who they might be if he does.
Is it Vivian?
Well, Phantom Thieves usually have partners, right? He must have recruited a new one.
True. That could make things trickier, as he may have passed the court his partner. Regardless, Master Proxy, let's steer clear of those hollow raiders for now. Although I'm confident in my ability to defeat them, a clash here might delay us and jeopardize your safety. Our main focus now is locating Hugo and retrieving the gem.
Also, hope work is going alright, TNT. I wonder if his partner is Vivian.
Stand still. Stay calm now. He should be nearby.
Long time no see, traitor.
Oh, he did not like that.
It was you who broke the oath, not me.
You haven't changed, pompous and self-righteous.
Oh shit, that looks cool.
You're beyond reason.
Both of you! Enough!
Master Proxy.
Oh my god, Belle. You have a death
Are you
wish.
all right, Master Proxy? Any injuries?
I'm fine. I just forgot I wasn't Eos. I thought your attacks would just go over my head. I'm not used to being this tall, I guess.
Tall people problems.
Rest assured, manager, my blade has always been steady. I'll never point my weapon at my allies, especially not you. As for that oaf, he has no sense of control in the heat of battle, even turning on his own comrades.
Oh.
I'd thank you not to spread lies.
What? Are you denying it? I merely spoke the truth, didn't I?
At that moment, the Hollow Raiders you encountered earlier close in on you.
Thought we were in for a tough day, but it seems we struck gold in the end. If you value your lives, you better hand over all your etheric resources and any other valuables you've got.
I have no conflict with you, gentlemen. I'm here for personal reasons, not to mine ether resources.
Cut the crap. It's been a rough day, and we need something to make it right. Whatever your business is, pay your dough or bite the dust.
Pay our dough. This is the Hollow. You're not claiming this Hollow as your own, are you?
God, I love the way Hugo talks. He's so fucking sassy.
Not even the current mayor of New Eridu would dare to make that assertion. Am I correct, Mr. Mayflower Watchdog?
You sure have a mouth on you, pretty boy. Don't push it. We've buried idiots like you in the Hollow before, and soon you'll be joining them.
I'd urge you to reconsider.
Huh?
Unfortunately, your kind advice has come too late. They've already worn my patience thin.
Hugo swiftly deals with the Hollow Raiders.
Oh, help me!
Scared? Then perhaps you should think twice before you act. You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Please have mercy.
Oh god.
Spare us! We won't do it again!
Are you quite done blowing off steam? Don't kill them. I'll hand them over to public security once we're out of...
Who do you think you are to tell me what to do? They weren't planning to show you any mercy, yet you forgive them so easily. You haven't changed at all over the years, Lycon. To hell with you and your foolish fantasies of being some almighty savior.
Oh, dang.
Haven't you learned your lesson from what happened with your eye and legs?
Jesus, okay.
My principles remain unshaken. No one has the right to take another's life.
Sinners deserve punishment. Do you know how many lives they've taken? I'm merely delivering the justice the world needs.
It is not our place to pass judgment. I know I will not sway you. There's no point in continuing this argument. I will stop you. I always will.
Go ahead and try. I will defeat you. I always will. Be prepared to kneel before me, traitor.
Oh shit.
Talk too much.
Out of my way.
Oh, Hugo kinda cool. Heavily considering killing for him.
Is that all?
It's either we pull for Hugo or I try to pull Lighter's Wenjin. Hugo seems cool though.
Really? Do you two have to do this now?
I don't think any of the new characters, I'm not sure if I want to pull them.
My apologies, dear manager, but I'm itching to teach him a lesson.
Shut up.
But I mean, Hugo has a bloody scythe, so... Can't say no to the scythe wielder. Hugo strikes me as tsundere. Tsundere? Really? You think so? You don't think he genuinely hates Lycon's guts?
Worry not. Mastery of my skills will come in time. But there's something more important I would like to teach you. Something about faith.
Oh, who's Jack?
Does a phantom thief even need faith?
Of course. What else would we fight for?
Oh my god, young Lycon. Sounds so young. like really young. Oh my gosh.
For wealth, fame, and power to stand at the top, so nothing and no one can imprison us.
Damn, puberty really did a number on him.
Isn't that what everyone desires? Or perhaps by faith. Do you mean something asinine and empty, like justice, dreams, or friendship? Hilarious. Grow up, Lycon. It's time to let go of your naive fantasies of being some almighty savior.
Oh, Lycon grew up alright.
You just don't get it.
All right, enough squabbling. What I'm trying to teach you is very simple. I may not walk the path of justice, but I do not walk the path of evil. There's too much injustice in this world, and there are times when it becomes necessary to right those wrongs with unconventional methods. Taking lives, however, is out of the question. Life is a precious gift, one that nobody has the right to steal. No one should have the authority to judge whether another lives or dies. Keep that in
CVJ,
mind.
hello. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday.
I will.
You don't seem convinced, Hugo.
As you mentioned, this world is unjust. That's why we must strive to bring fairness to this world. Those who cause harm should face consequences, just as those who take lives should. But not all lives hold the same value. Sometimes, you may need to eliminate one if it means saving more.
You're too proud. Your pride may lead you astray.
I have my own path and beliefs, Jack. I'll determine for myself what's fair and unfair.
Hey, watch your mouth. If it weren't for Jack, you'd be dead already.
You're a smart kid, Hugo. Skilled too. You could easily take the life of a sinner. However, what if one day you found out you were wrong? What if that so-called sinner were innocent? Could you bring them back to life?
I wouldn't make that mistake.
To err is human. Everyone is bound to make mistakes. It's good you are open with your thoughts. I just don't want your troubled past to weigh you down.
Is he human though? I thought he was like a vampire.
Because your hatred doesn't define you. It only eats away at you.
Lycon, why haven't you learned from what happened with your eye and legs? Not that I'm worried about getting hit again. Baka. Oh, okay, I guess. Alright, I see your point. I see your point. Maybe he's a little tsundere. Oh my gosh, Goat! Hello! It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. Okay.
What's wrong, Lycon? You've been quiet for a while now.
My apologies, Master Proxy. I was just reminded of some past memories. Before Hugo and I founded Mockingbird, we had a mentor, Jack.
Yeah, and he sadly died on the Titanic.
He took us under his wing when we were in dire straits, imparting his skills and life lessons. But Hugo didn't agree with his viewpoints. Perhaps our paths were always fated to diverge.
Okay, I'll admit. I've been itching to ask. Why did you two split up?
Mockingbird, faced numerous triumphs, but also setbacks, and one of them was a disastrous one.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Hugo. You...
Oh.
Was this you? All this?
So what if it was?
Oh, did he go on a killing spree?
Have you gone crazy? Have you been planning this all along? You'd bury all these lives in the name of vengeance?
They deserve to die.
Oh my god, Hugo's a serial killer.
Especially my so-called father. I should have killed him a long time ago. A really long time ago.
Holy shit, he's a father killer.
You know what, Lycon? There's some people whose only purpose in life is to bring more suffering into this world. Sometimes murder is what brings justice back into this world.
Oh, gosh.
And for that, I must stain these hands in blood.
Enough! I can't trust anything you say anymore. I'm leaving Mockingbird, now!
Where are you going?
Anywhere. Someone from the Mayflowers got in touch with me before.
Are you mad? You know what those hypocrites in city administration are like. They're no different from tops. We fought them together all this time, and now you're leaving to serve as their lapdog. Are you going to turn your back on Mockingbird? Turn your back on me.
Are they boyfriends? Are they having relationship issues right now? No, but okay. Hugo did a big oopsie, so no wonder Lycon wanted to leave.
The mayor is different from the others. But it doesn't matter. I'm not going to even try convincing you.
Doomed Yowie moment, yeah.
As your friend, I'll give you one last piece of advice. Please, stop here.
I'm not going to lie, this is the exact vibe they would have in a Yaoi manga.
Otherwise, the day will come where your hatred and ambition will consume you.
Yeah, he said that.
My apologies, Master Proxy, that you had to hear such an unpleasant tale.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Darkheart, thank you so much for the 6 months. Welcome back, Agent. Just kiss already. That's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm getting really invested in this now. Oh, I don't know what it is. I just really love a good tragic backstory. I am entirely invested in this now.
Hugo came from a powerful family, and his relationship with them was always strained, especially with his own father. So much so that Hugo wanted to personally put an end to him. After shouldering a mountain of injustice, Hugo ran away from home. That's when Jack and I met him. And that setback that Mockingbird suffered turned out to be intimately connected to his family. I had thought it was just a normal mission, when in fact he was plotting revenge. He took advantage of me and everyone else there.
Why is May so fast? Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. It's almost the end of May. What do you mean? We're almost like halfway through 2025.
I do not mean to pass judgment on him and his decision, but I refuse to accept a partner who is willing to trample over other people's lives for their own desires. Perhaps his family left a mark on him that continues to influence him to this day. In any case, Hugo still has the sacrifice core. We should contact the mayor to plan our next moves.
Wasn't it like New Year's 2 weeks ago? Yeah. This is a long ass 2 weeks.
A pleasure to speak with you again. Lycon has already filled me in on Mockingbird stealing the sacrifice core. I'll deal with it.
Anything else we can do to help? I mean, we didn't manage to complete our mission.
No. You've done well. It's just not appropriate for you to get involved in what's to come.
Like, potentially death by Hugo.
We've been through far more dangerous situations. Plus, we've dealt with Mr. Mockingbird before. So maybe we could help you.
Really, I appreciate your kindness. It's just... Very well. Seeing as you're all people I know I can trust, I'm going to be frank. Not long ago, I received a letter declaring criminal intent.
Sir.
Lycon, I know you don't want to place them in danger. I feel the same way. However, I believe they deserve to know the truth. That letter threatened to use a sacrifice to take vengeance against the entire city of New Eridu.
Oh no. Oh no. Hugo's not pulling... Oh my gosh, what's the villain who did like the same thing? I'm trying to remember now. I think there's like a DC villain who tried to do the same thing. Or like, you know, people try to do that all the time with Gotham City, like Bane. They're like, no, we must build anew. Everyone right now must die and we must rebuild. The city is beyond saving.
What do you mean by vengeance?
I believe the person, or the organization, who sent the letter is planning to use the sacrifice to mount a large-scale attack against the city. Everything we've uncovered so far seems to support this hypothesis. As you know, the sacrifice's true power is a mystery and cannot be controlled if anyone attempts to use it as a weapon.
Oh, Onishi! Thank you so much for the 5 months. Welcome back, Agent. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, the knife. The knife emotes. Oh my gosh. Are we about to step into a bloodbath right now?
This is no small issue. If this gets out, it'll send the public into a panic. Please promise me you'll keep things confidential.
Then let us help out. We can do our part too.
But it's like I said before. It'll be too dangerous for you. Whichever way you look at it, you're still citizens of New Eridu, and as mayor, it's my duty to protect you. Plus, Carol would be furious with me if I put you in danger. If she were still around.
I don't know why, but I can't take the name Carol seriously. I kind of equate it to like Karen, but like receptionist. Carol.
Anyway, I'm not at liberty to discuss this matter any further. Please rest assured that we will handle things properly as the administrative authority of New Eridu.
Oh wait, actually, was Carol the teacher? I've forgotten because I think they said the name in the previous story, but I forgot what her name was. But for some reason, Carol rings a bell. So I think she was the teacher, wasn't she? Yeah. Oh my gosh, sorry, Carol. I just completely disrespected you. Oh my gosh, my bad.
That's right. Master Proxy, please trust us.
So that'll be all for today. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, Mr. Mayor. Oh my gosh. Shall we continue on to the next part? Let's talk to Wise. Okay. There might be a deeper secret behind all of this. It could even be related to our teacher. Let's discuss our tactics properly. Let's call it a day. Did you notice that Hugo's mockingbird disguise is just a mask? I mean, the mask is enough to conceal him. Sounds a lot like a certain classic character's glasses. Enough jokes. Let's take some time to rest. After a sweet, refreshing sleep, you feel reinvigorated. Well, let's discuss how we're going to investigate the Exaltists. Okay, let's start by investigating Bringer. Find Zuyuan, get more information first. Alright. Let's go speak to Zuyuan. She seems to help us a lot in all of these investigations, doesn't she? There she is.
You're here.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. You saw the news, I'm sure. The commissioner closed the case citing personal misconduct. I already found it strange wanting to investigate further, but there's been a lot of obstacles. It's as if there's a hidden force that doesn't want me to get involved in the matter any further. Sounds suspicious. Sounds sus. Zhu is so tall. You know, I think I saw a YouTube short where it had like all of the characters walking with like their different heights. I can't remember how tall it said that Zuyuan was, but yeah, she's pretty tall. Yes, but it could also be my sensitive position. As far as I know, after the case was closed, the items left behind by Inspector Bringer were all sent to Hollow Special Operations for processing. However, those items have already been screened within the Bureau, and there's nothing suspicious about them. If you're still worried, you can also go there later and ask. Also, my colleagues at PubSec, most of us have worked with Inspector Bringer to some extent, so they might know something. I'd love to investigate with you, but I've been busy lately. There's an organ trafficking case recently, and some other odd missing persons case. Organ trafficking? Holy sugar, my titties. Oh my god. Damn, this game is so dark. No worries, I'll investigate on my own first. Alright, just let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Let's talk to these officers. Is there a problem, citizen? Do you know about Bringer? About Bringer? Wait, you're not a reporter, are you? I'm just a curious citizen. Oh, good. Boss has told us not to talk about Bringer. Probably worried about reporters being careless. I really don't know why he turned out this way. He used to be a good person. Many years ago, after he came out of a hollow, his entire personality shifted. Oh, maybe Maybe something happened to him in the hollow. Maybe he got like infected or something. I thought it was because he was injured in the hollow or had witnessed something terrible. But that operation was very successful. He rescued many citizens from the hollow and emerged completely unscathed. How strange. I have a feeling maybe he died or something. Or like he fused with like an ethereal or something. I don't know. But maybe that was the turning point. Bringer had memory issues for a long time, always forgetting things. We even suggested he keep a diary, though I'm not sure he ever listened to us. I don't know anything more than that. That was pretty helpful though, actually. Thank you. Peaceful PubSec officer. She does look very peaceful. Hello, how can I help you? Do you know about Bringer? You mean Inspector Bringer? Oh no, he's not an inspector anymore. I'm not very familiar with him, but I did help organize the things he left behind. Looking at it now, I guess they can be considered his estate. Is there anything special about them? Special? No, just very ordinary things. However, I heard from another colleague that Bringer had a notebook he never parted with. Oh, so he did keep a diary. But I couldn't find his notebook in his belongings. It's probably lost somewhere. Anyway, everything has been sent to Hollow Special Ops. I think it was Section 6. Oh my gosh, Section 6 are going to get involved. Maybe it's because the higher-ups suspect there's a mole in PubSec. Oh my gosh, security boo. What do you know? Hello, assistant. Is there anything I can help you with? Did you know Bringer? Mr. Bringer, I know. I once caught him in the bathroom secretly recording his to-do list for the next day with a tape recorder. Probably worried that he would forget otherwise. Is human memory really that short, or was it just Mr. Bringer? However, if there had been others in the bathroom at the time, Mr. Bringer probably wouldn't have done that. It's because I'm a bang boo that I happened to witness something like this. Okay. You share this information with Xuan and agree to meet with Hollow Special Ops. Oh my god, let's go to HSO. Oh, I miss Miyabi and Yanagi and Asaba. Oh, and Sokaku. She about to be like, the fuck, Alka? How could you forget about me?
Today's training.
Today's training, huh? Always training, Miyabi. You're here. Juan has already told me about the current situation. We've already found all of Bringer's belongings. Nothing unusual so far. I heard he had a notebook. A notebook? I don't recall seeing one, but there are a few tape recordings. Our colleagues have already listened to these tapes. They're just routine meeting minutes and similar recordings, nothing out of the ordinary. After carefully inspecting the tapes, you find one that feels different from the rest. Seems a bit heavier. Do you need to play these tapes again? There shouldn't be any need for that. These recordings have already been reviewed by both Hollow Special Ops and PubSec. There's one that's heavier. Indeed, the weight of this tape is different from the others. Let's take a closer look. Oh. I see, this must be the reason for its weight. But how can we decrypt it? Try to crack it. Oh. You did it, as expected. Looks like there's new content that can be played on the tape now. That's interesting. I didn't know secret information could be hidden this way. What secret? Sokaku wants to know. Ziyuan, are you nervous? I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this. After all, he put so much effort into hiding it. There might really be an answer inside. Let's listen to it now. No matter what, I have to face the truth.
All right, let's get started.
I'm probably not getting out of this hollow, but at least this tape recorder still works. Let's say these are my last words.
Was I right? The real bringer died, and so the one that came out was actually an ethereal.
I gave away my anti-corruption equipment to save those civilians, so I'm not in good shape. Unfortunately, we came up against a horde of ethereals right after that. I rushed over to fight them off and tried to save the civilians, but in the thick of all the fighting, I turned back and realized that I was somehow alone. Nobody was behind me. Luckily, I managed to defeat the ethereals, but the wounds and corruption I sustained in doing so should be fatal. I don't mean to cast the blame at all here, and if any of my colleagues ever pick up this cassette, I hope that nobody is ever held accountable. It's just human nature. It's normal. I just have a few regrets. Oh, what's that over there? I've seen a miracle. Yes, that thing is right. So long as humanity is in constant conflict against the Hollows, we'll never be able to grasp true power. Only by embracing everything. It's the only way. Only by embracing this power can everyone survive. Oh, Creator, please grant me this!
The room is left in complete silence as the cassette finishes playing. Ziyuan in particular looks crestfallen.
Are you okay, Jiyuan? Don't be so sad.
Thanks. I'm okay. It's just... Even though we had our suspicions, now that everything is out in the open, I can't help but feel a little... Well, at least now I know the reason why he changed.
What did Bringer see during the recording? Whatever it was, he called it a miracle.
I saw the mission report from that incident. Bringer emerged from the Hollow unscathed, completely free from injury or corruption. Plus, I remember him rescuing a few civilians and walking out of the Hollow together with them.
But if that's the case, then it's at odds with the audio we heard. Which one is the true version of events?
So the audio happened first, and then maybe he got healed or like recovered from fusing with the ethereal, and so when he came out of the Hollow, that was like his ethereal self.
It's possible that both are true. Like if Bringer actually met a real god that completely healed his body and helped him save the others.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why his mood changed so much. Why he started believing the Exaltists. Because he witnessed a miracle.
We saw Yanagi, blessed day. Blessed day for the Yanagi enjoyers.
That sounds like a reasonable speculation at this point.
But it still exceeds the limits of what we know.
In any case, it's a clue that ultimately points to the Exaltists. I'll keep pulling this thread and see where it leads.
I never expected the investigation to lead to this. But what exactly are the Exaltists plotting? Regardless, time to head back to the video store. Me and the
reigned for
fellow.
you for
Oh,
quite some time.
oh, hello, Vivian. Me and the fellow Yanagi enjoys should make a petition that she gets more screen time. She got quite a lot during her story.
We meet again, Master Proxy.
Hello, Vivian.
I imagine you've already managed to gain some info from the conspirators about some people who wish to use sacrifice to launch an attack on New Eridu.
How do you even know about that? I only just found out myself.
Does Vivian have like supersonic hearing or something?
Because I've been watching you this entire time.
Wait, are Vivian and Hugo related? Because they kind of look similar. Like they both have pointy ears. Unless they're just both vampires. But they're not like related. Although, I mean, considering the lack of vampires, I imagine any vampires that are around are probably related.
I know many things. But unlike those hypocrites, I'm willing to share info with you to show my sincere hopes of working together.
ASMR ass voice lines. I know, right? She's like whispering everything. Whisper, whisper.
I need to find Bringer's belongings.
Bringer's belongings. Did he even leave anything behind?
Oh, he did. I have complete confidence in my intelligence network. All the more reason for you to work with me. You've probably already guessed, but what Bringer left behind will be crucial for cracking the alleged sacrifice attack. Find it, and we'll finally know what they are after.
Who do you mean by they?
The Exaltists, of course. They're always lurking whenever something related to sacrifice comes up. Actually, the Exaltists and I, we have a bit of shared history. But no more than that until you officially agree to work with me.
All right, I agree then.
Splendid. I like people who don't mess around.
Me too, Vivian, me too.
By the way, might I ask, you're not proficient at in-hollow combat, are you?
Well, that's not really what proxies do.
As I expected. Not to worry. You're an invaluable proxy. All I require is for you to guide me. I mean, not even my darling Lord Phaethon can fight in the hollows.
Hang on. What did you just say? Your darling Lord Phaethon?
That's right. The best proxy in all of New Eridu. Lord Phaethon. Don't tell me you don't like him.
Huh. Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just, it's a little complicated.
Well, if it's not that you don't like him, then that means you do like him, right? And I know exactly how you feel. My love for Lord Phaethon is really complicated too.
I'm very confused.
Great, you're a fan of Lord Phaethon too. But that makes sense. All of New Eridu ought to be fans of Lord Phaethon.
Ah.
How should I put this? I'm not really a fan of Phaethon.
I get it. You're ashamed. Because you love him so much. I went through a phase like that once. But it's okay to be brave and admit your love.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Relax. I'm with you as you make your journey, fellow fan.
Oh my gosh, Daifuku, thank you so much for the 45 months. Welcome back, Agent. Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. After inexplicably joining Vivian's informal fan club, you listened to her go on about her love of Lord Phaethon for nearly an hour. Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Once I start talking about Lord Phaethon, I just can't help myself. Look at the time.
Oh my god, was that literally not just me at the beginning of the stream? Damn, once I start yapping, I can't stop yapping. Holy.
I suppose that's all for today then. I'll be in touch with more news.
Okay. I was so caught up chatting with a fellow fan that I almost forgot why I'm here. I found out where the remainder of Bringer's belongings ended up. They should be hidden in a hollow in the outer ring. Gosh, they're including everybody in this. I'll need to make some preparations. Let's meet up in Blazewood later. Don't worry, I'll protect you, Proxy. I won't let you get hurt. Speaking of, because I gathered the information from my intelligence network, of course. So she does speak to Hugo. I may look this way, but I've got a pretty impressive job and I know many secrets. Since we've agreed to work together, I must foil the Exalted's schemes. Whatever they're planning, I'll stop them. This time, I absolutely cannot. Look, just think of it as my personal beef with the Exaltists. Whatever the case, we're on the same side here. It's getting late. I need to go back and make some preparations. See you in Blazewood. Vivian leaves in a hurry. She seems rather reluctant to discuss her relationship. Belle, are you sure you want to head straight into the hollow? Maybe we can use the old method and connect to Eos instead? That would be the safer option. But if we connect to Eos, Vivian might recognize us. After all, she's our fan. Don't worry, I have you with me. If you insist, Belle. Alright, but if anything happens, make sure you stay safe. Even though we can stay in touch at any time, I still worry. Vivian will protect me. I'll protect you too. If anything happens, I'll get back up for you immediately. Alright, let's take a break for now, wait for Vivian to contact us. Oh, this is not Vivian.
Proxy, you're here too.
I didn't expect to run into you here.
What are you two doing here? And is that a new look I see, Ambi?
I'm here to investigate that incident.
You recall the incident you experienced with Ambi and Trigger. The relevant details have been recorded as tapes and logged in the video archive.
I've recently dug up some clues about the person behind the operation, but my key contact is ultra cautious and keeps demanding me to prove my identity. So, to gain her trust, I decided to meet her dressed like this. Now that everything is completely finished, this uniform doesn't really represent anything in particular. For me, it's just another outfit now. We all have to move on someday.
I'm helping her. I want to make sure whoever's behind all this is caught. And who's this young lady?
Her name's Vivian. She's my friend. We're here investigating a few things ourselves.
Ambi, one of the Cunning Hair's most powerful members. And Trigger, an Opal Squad sniper. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
Dang, Vivian just knows everything.
You know us?
Looks like someone's done our homework. Is it because of the proxy?
You two are practically celebrities. And because of my work, I've got loads of info when it comes to anyone with a name around New Eridu.
I see. Seems you're handling your work well.
Let's prepare to enter the Hollow. Unless you have any further questions, we'll be taking our leave now.
You're going into a hollow? Proxy, you plan on going in like that?
Man, I love the way Ambi said that.
Yeah, that's right. I've recovered quite a bit lately, so I don't need any protective equipment in the hollows.
Huh. Aren't you that lady from before at the auction?
Oh my gosh, it's the mum.
Hello. I didn't expect to see you again, young lady.
Alright, why did you say it like that though, ma'am? Oh, cutscene. What the?
Vivian, are you alright? You look depressed.
Can she like see people's memories or something?
What's wrong, Vivian? Are you feeling okay?
Oh my god, she's really being like me when I was listening to When My Heart Will Go On. On the floor, fetal position, bawling my eyes out.
It's nothing. I just drifted off for a moment there. So then, what are you doing here?
Don't worry. I'm not here to scam you. I'm waiting to meet someone.
Don't tell me. You're my contact for intel?
She's just like me, for real. For real, for real.
That's me. Ambi from Silver Squad, I presume? Pleasure to meet you. All right. I'm going to exchange some information with Miss Ambi here. So if you'll excuse me.
This woman is very sus. I don't know why she's involved in all this, but she seems very sus. There ain't no way she's just a simple mother.
You're not looking so good. Everything okay?
I can tell you later, but not right now.
Okay, that's all the information I got for you.
She got the mommy voices all good. I trust her. Oh my goodness, guys. That ain't no way to be an agent. Can't trust people just because they sound like a mommy.
In return, I want you to do something for me. Take me into the Hollow. I left something very valuable inside. I have to find it.
Take you inside? Aren't you just a civilian? Oh my goodness.
Seeing as we were just about to go in ourselves, why not join us?
It's fine by me. But didn't you say you were investigating something?
It's fine. There's no rush. Right, Master Proxy.
Huh? Yeah. There really is no rush. Sure, let's all go together.
It'll be safer with more people, and we'll find your missing item more quickly.
Thank you.
Into the Hollow we go. I thought you didn't really like her. Proxy, do you believe in fate? I believe what you said before about the Chosen One. You still remember that? That was about something else. Proxy, I actually... No, it's nothing. Let's hurry and head in.
So, what is it that you all plan to do here?
We are here to look for something too. Something extremely
Ambi's giving me like 2B vibes in this outfit.
New Eridu's future may well depend on it.
Adjusting for wind.
I'm on it.
Oh,
my turn to ask questions.
right where the sun don't shine.
What exactly is it that you're investigating?
Recalibrating.
Since you're familiar with the name Silver, then you should know that it shouldn't exist anymore.
Wide open. Quick shot.
Mind the voltage. What I'm investigating has something to do with it.
bracing for wind. My bullets are one with the wind. The target's weary. Increase firepower.
A sound strategy. Proxy. Let's use that fissure to head to the next location.
Oh.
This is the place.
Oh my gosh, Tech! Hello, happy Sunday. It has been ages. How are you doing?
So, what is it that you're looking for?
A ring. I was excavating ether here before and accidentally lost it somewhere.
A ring?
Please, could you all help me find it? It has to be somewhere among all this stuff here.
Sure, I'll start looking.
I'll go with you.
I'll stay here with her then.
Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me. Go ahead and accompany the others. I'm sure it'll be faster that way. And sorry for wasting your time like this. I know it might sound strange, but I'll be so happy if my daughter grows up to be capable like you.
I call BS. I call BS. Why would you just say that to a random person? Ain't no way. That's so sus. Do you remember the legendary artist mentioned by the host during the previous auction? Unrecognized during his lifetime, his works were discovered by art collectors after his death and became hugely popular. Sounds like quite the nice story, right? In reality, these art collectors are to blame for his death. Those pompous big shots discovered his talent, even wanted him to craft forgeries of famous works. Someone as proud as him would never agree to such a thing. Not only did he refuse, he also wanted to expose their schemes. Don't tell me it was her husband. And some days later, he suddenly took his own life. I knew him. He would never do something like that. Those big shots silenced him. How do you know all of this? I fucking knew it. What did I tell you guys? I knew it. Because that legendary artist was my husband, Mira's father. Thank you, but I might not need it anymore. So, who exactly are those big shots you're talking about? Given the circumstances, it's fine to tell you. It's the Ravenlock family. Dun dun dun! The matter I just discussed with Miss Anby is also related to them. The collectible you asked me to bid on earlier, I should probably return it to you. Don't worry about it. But isn't it your husband's final work? It's fine. Our bond doesn't rely on any keepsakes, and I don't need those to remember him. It's much better off in your hands than someone like Hartman's. Proxy, may I speak with Miss Sienna alone for a moment? Of course. Alright, regarding the matter of finding the ring, I'm entrusting it to you. It's my wedding ring. Oh, it's her wedding ring! Bless her. Okay, I take back everything I said. She's not sus at all. She's just a sad widow. Okay, we'll find your ring, ma'am. We got this, don't worry. Some food in the hollow? If you're hungry, I've brought some food with me. Do I really look like I want to eat those leftovers? You actually do, just a little bit.
There's leftover food here. I don't want to imagine what's inside the bag.
Why was that interaction so funny?
Neither do I.
A plush toy. Don't worry, there's nothing inside. I've already gone through it.
A toy that seems emotionally stable. There shouldn't be a ring hidden in it.
A toy that seems emotionally stable? What is she saying? Is she okay?
It's pretty cute.
What do you mean the toy is emotionally stable? Oh, that's so sad. A toy is more emotionally stable than me. Damn, can't believe I got beaten by a toy. Okay, a lunchbox. The box is empty. No one would put a ring in a lunchbox. It would spoil the taste. Is that the main concern?
It's a fancy lunchbox?
I wonder if its owner is safe and sound.
I don't know why they keep on saying weird things, but I'm finding it quite amusing. Scattered oil barrels. Okay, haven't found the ring. Does Sienna actually want to find this so-called ring? What do you mean? She said she's looking for the wedding ring, but she also said she doesn't need any objects to remember her husband. We've been searching here for so long and found nothing at all. Maybe the ring never existed in the first place. It was just an excuse. Let's go back. Oh, are you saying that she played us?
What's wrong, Vivian? You've seemed worried for a while now.
Mind the blind spots. I'm worried about Sienna.
Here.
Her location should still be safe.
You're in my sight.
I hope so.
Could the ring be in that gas tank?
Good thing this gas tank is empty.
Oh, what the heck?
Her vital signs are gone.
She's de-worded?
What happened?
I guess this was her final scam.
What the heck?
There's one thing I must remind you. Your time is running out.
I'm not sure how you can tell, but you're right. I'm going to die in here. That's my plan.
Is that what Vivian saw before when she started crying?
I'm very sick and don't have much longer. If I try to get treatment, it'll just be a burden on my daughter. So I scam my way through a bunch of physical exams and managed to take out a hollow corruption policy through Ravenlock Insurance. Once some time has passed, could you please take my corrupted body out of the hollow? That will secure a generous compensation package for my daughter. It's only what the Ravenlocks owe me. A pity, yes. But it's the only way I can squeeze it out of them.
What makes you think that will help you?
I just trust you will. I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. I have to leave something behind for my girl. I have to give her a chance at life. If it's okay, could you also please pass a message to Mira for me?
But she didn't even have the dead mum hairstyle. Man, she scammed us on that front too, Atomic. She scammed us by not having the dead mum hairstyle.
Tell her, don't worry. Even if Mommy's body is corrupted, withers away, and turns to dust, my love for you will always be there. Thank you. You're a good kid.
I guess scamming is in her blood. Actually, how old is Vivian?
She was betting that we'd help her.
So, you were aware of this the whole time?
Yes. Because I saw it. You might not believe me, but I've had this ability to see the future since I was a little girl.
I knew it. I knew it.
But the things I see are always something bad.
plagues, deaths, disasters.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so depressing. Oh my god. Someone cuddle her, please. She only sees bad things? Oh my gosh, somebody please just give her a big hug.
That's all I've ever been able to see.
Oh my god. Oh, bless your cotton socks, Vivian.
It's all that kid's fault!
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise, she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon us.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What good is saying you're sorry? Things like this keep happening every time you open your mouth.
Is that angry lady Canadian? Sorry. Damn, the way she said sorry. Oh my gosh.
How unlucky. She shouldn't be here. Nobody wants her around.
If only she would just disappear.
I just wanted to warn you all. I'm sorry.
Oh no, they think she's a jinx because she can see the future.
Every time it's the same. In the end, there's nothing I can change.
So her visions are like basically this is going to happen and she can't do anything about it.
Sometimes I even wonder whether it's me predicting these things, or if my very existence is manifesting these calamities.
Oh my god. Okay, she needs more than just one big hug.
Vivian, it's not your fault. You were just trying to be kind and warn them about impending disasters.
I can tell it's never been easy for you.
Thank you. No matter what. I just hope she finally gets to rest in peace. I hope no misfortune, whether I foresee it or not, ever happens to anyone.
So, Miss Vivian, do you always cry when you have a prophecy? Yes, every time a prophecy appears, I can't help but shed tears. Oh my god, that also rhymes. Oh my gosh, she's a poet and she didn't know it. I used to wonder if I could just hold back my tears, then maybe those bad things wouldn't happen. But I just can't do it. No matter how hard I try, I just can't. You're being too hard on yourself. Vivian falls silent for a moment, seemingly unwilling to continue the topic. Sienna said that the compensation from the Ravenlock family's hollow corruption insurance is enough to settle her daughter, Mira, for life. Though it's hard to imagine the notoriously stingy Hartman engaging in such a money-losing business. Maybe Tops demands it. I think so too. Actually, there have been rumours that the Ravenlock family had fallen out of favour with Tops for a while now. That's why they're becoming so desperate, afraid of being abandoned by the mighty Tops. Sienna is actually a skilled intelligence broker. She retired from the business a while ago. I see. No wonder she was able to gather classified information. She said she tried many ways, but everything was useless against the untouchable Ravenlocks. She still couldn't avenge her lover. But I believe everything she did was meaningful. The same goes for you, Miss Vivian. Everyone, it seems there are ethereals nearby. It's not safe to linger. Let's keep moving.
Proxy, do you believe that the future can be changed?
As a time traveler, no comment.
Whoa. In my memories, this has happened countless times already.
We can't break the timeline.
I only see misfortunes. Why can't I even have a sliver of happiness?
Oh my god, Vivian is like depression manifested. Oh my gosh, she me for real.
Ether vision activate.
Roxy, the fissure that we're looking for is up ahead.
Show no mercy.
Off balance.
You're in my sight. Quick shot. Adjusting for wind.
Resolve. Done.
She needs the comfort of Lord Phaethon. True. She needs both Wise and Belle to hug her at the same time.
The target's weary. This bullet will reach its mark.
Right on cue.
I think it's about time.
We should take that lady out of the hollow. You guys go on.
Thank you.
Her seeing the event could set it in stone.
She gave us
Maybe
the
that's
intel
what
we
it
needed,
is.
so this is the least we could do. I hope everything else goes well for you.
Master Proxy, is there anything you'd like to know? You can just ask.
I'm curious about your story, Vivian. But we can talk more once you feel ready. Don't worry, I can wait.
You're the first person to ever say that to me. I'd be happy to share my story with you.
That is so sad. Oh my god. What do you mean we're the first people to say that to you? Oh my god.
These premonitions I see are not within my control, and they always come to me in a flash, like a flood of images in my mind. Most of the time, I see death, disease, accidents, and disasters. Of course, there are also some non-fatal mutilations.
For some reason, non-fatal mutilation sounds worse to me.
But every time, without exception, they end up happening. And I can never prevent or change them.
It's like when they say manslaughter, like it sounds worse than murder, but I mean, technically it's not. I mean, the outcome is the same basically, but just the word, it sounds more visceral, doesn't it? Non-fatal mutilations, God.
That's all I have to say about it. If that offends Master Proxy and you don't want to hang out with me anymore, then I can understand.
Why would I be offended? That's just who you are, Vivian. Besides, we're friends.
With a capital F, yeah.
I've always considered this ability as a curse.
It's not a curse. If anything, I think you've been given a gift.
Thank you. Really? Well, it's getting late. Bringer's belongings ought to be around here somewhere. Let's take a closer look. According to the previous clues, what Bringer left behind is hidden inside a vending machine.
A vending machine. Oh my gosh. Are you guys seeing this? Aristona tea. Aristona tea. I wonder which brand this could be trying to imitate.
Looks like it isn't in here.
Oh, not that one. A different one.
Let's try this vending machine. It might be the one we're looking for. Strange, there's nothing in here. This vending machine looks a little suspicious too.
This one looks sus, says Vivian. Chewy coffee? Chewy coffee?
It might be inside this one.
Worn out notebook appears. Oh, uh-oh.
This is it. This notebook is what Bringer left behind. But I don't know what these markings on it mean.
You and Vivian flip through Bringer's notebook, ignoring the surrounding danger, until the shriek of an ethereal suddenly rings out nearby.
Well, hello, Master Proxy. It's been a while.
Oh, is this where we find out that Hugo and Vivian are in cahoots?
Oh, don't give me that scandalized look. I did just save your lives.
Oh, thank you, my hero.
I would have protected the proxy even if you hadn't appeared.
Oh, okay. They seem to not like each other.
I'm sure of it, but I happen to be in the area. Worry not, dear companion. I have complete confidence in your strength.
Oh, companion? Okay, so they are in cahoots.
Hang on, did you say companion? So you two know each other.
Apologies. I didn't have a chance to mention it before.
I mean, Belle, if that wasn't glaringly obvious by how they look, then I don't know what to say to you.
I'm actually part of the Phantom Thieves Syndicate, Mockingbird.
That's right. I was only able to slip in during the auction thanks to some help from Vivian backstage.
So, the whole time, you were only bidding on the collection so you could get backstage and mess with things?
I warned you before. You can't rely on appearances.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, Master Proxy. We don't have any ulterior motives here. As you've probably heard, Mockingbird is a renowned Phantom Thieves syndicate in New Eridu that, despite its longevity, has managed to maintain the secrecy of its members' identities to this day. So, disclosing our identities to you is essentially the highest sign of good faith that a Mockingbird Phantom Thief can show.
I mean, I don't know about that. Lycon knows you guys. And the mayor seems to know you guys. But okay, let's go along with it, Hugo. Sure, nobody knows your identity.
But Lycon said that you're very dangerous and we should be careful.
Then I imagine he's also told you about some of our past. And I'm sure you know that in a complex situation like ours, you shouldn't listen to either side over the other. Mockingbird's purpose is very simple, really. To form long-standing and cooperative relationships with outstanding proxies like yourself.
We need your abilities.
Before you make any decisions, please allow me to briefly explain the concept behind the Mockingbird Syndicate. We all know there isn't anything in this world that's fair. A prime example being the uneven distribution of wealth.
You know what I just noticed, guys? Vivian has a single, like, beauty mark underneath her left eye. And Hugo has 2 marks underneath his left eye. I just find that really interesting.
People from Tops splurge on luxurious collectibles, while the poor have to gamble with their own lives just to get by. Of course, besides wealth, there's also an unequal distribution in this world of happiness and suffering, hope and despair, love and hate. It's all just so unfair. Somebody has to do something to tilt the balance of the scales. And thus Mockingbird was born. We take from those who have far more than they deserve and give it to those who deserve to have more. If you ask me, that's enough to be considered a form of justice.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Do I agree? Do I disagree? What do you think, guys? Do we agree with Hugo? Do we disagree? If I disagree, he might kill me, so... let's go with I agree.
You do have a point. I can agree with that.
thank you. I knew if anyone, you'd understand. However,
Damn, you guys
aside
want to be
from these
killed by Hugo.
philosophical considerations, we also have a crisis on our hands to deal with. As you know, the Exaltists are plotting to use the power of sacrifice to launch an attack on all of New Eridu. We can provide you with all the latest intel, just like that notebook you found. Something those pompous housekeepers would never be willing to do.
I wonder if the choice that you make makes any difference later on. I don't think it does. I don't feel like Zenless is that kind of game.
And the most crucial part of this whole game, the sacrifice core, is currently in my possession. I think that makes this a highly competitive deal. We share the same goal for the moment, stopping the impending disaster from playing out.
I need some time to think about it.
How about this? If you still have misgivings about our upcoming cooperation, then why don't you bring Lycon along with you? He's got the support of the mayor's office behind him, and his presence alone is enough to keep me in check. That would put you more at ease, right? Of course, you're welcome to bring some other friends along, provided they aren't from public security or HSO.
Well, if you're willing to let my friends come along, then you've got a deal.
Great. It's a deal. By the way, Proxy, this is for you.
Oh, collectible gifted by Vivian.
Consider it a souvenir commemorating our first time working together.
For now, we'll carefully look through the contents of that notebook. I'll contact you if anything comes up.
Oh, I'm Hugo now. Okay. Since we're already at the video store, should we ask Master Proxy to recommend some films? Oh no, not this. What do you want to see, Vivian? My apologies, everyone, but I need to take my leave. So you actually own a gallery? I also need a convenient social identity for various reasons. Title of gallery owner works quite well. Alright, I'll stay with Master Proxy for a bit longer. But Hugo, you've been oddly busy lately. You're not hiding something from me, are you? Of course not. Why would I ever do that, Vivian? Oh, never mind, he is. Well, this is cool. We're playing a scene from before that moment. Casey. Well, well, if this is our dear collector, Mr. Hugo, long time no see. I assume you finished the task I asked you to do, yes? Done, as promised. I've already found buyers for the goods you gave me. Of course, I've also recommended your gallery to them. But getting rid of all this exquisite stuff so suddenly, you're not in trouble, are you? If you have funding issues, I'm also your guy. Thank you for your concern, but my cash flow is very healthy. In essence, I'm just looking to boost my gallery's reputation. I see. Those rare pieces in your collection definitely caught a few eyes. Thank you for the kind words. Alright, it's getting late. I should head off now. Time to find that guy. Something presentable. Find the well-dressed informant. I'll be the judge of how well-dressed this informant is. Thank you very much. When the musician's third string breaks, the gatekeeper whispers to me, in which hand hides the coin for the underworld ferryman. Third string. That's a G string on a guitar. You're telling me the musician broke their G-string? The left hand holds death, the right hand holds deception, but the raven has already flown away with the answer. I can't go over how the embarrassment every time I say this. It's quite poetic, isn't it? The meeting with Hartman has been scheduled. He'll be waiting for you in the same private suite. Or should I say, waiting for Hugo. Thanks, I knew I could count on you. Still, I have to ask, you're not looking to make the Ravenlocks your enemy, are you? And if I say I am? Not like I can stop you anyway. You've already caused a scene at the auction, that Robe of Heroes stunt. Hartman's been on the move lately. That organ trafficking case from before is linked to him too. Oh my gosh. The organ trafficking. Oh my gosh. Sending me shivers down my spine. The Ravenlocks have always been a bunch of cold-blooded bastards, but doing all kinds of messed up things that make your blood boil. But Hartman, he's the worst of the bunch. I know, relax. I don't plan on clashing with him head on. You'd better not. I don't want to witness Mockingbird's folly of trying. I thought Hugo said nobody knows their identities. I swear to God. Was he lying? I can never win an argument against you anyway. Don't forget, the Ravenlocks in bed with those Exaltist lunatics. In any case, as your old friend, I sincerely wish you all the best. Thank you. By the way, how is Lycon doing lately? I haven't seen him in a while. What? I know you two split up, but it's been years. Are you still not over it? Can't get over his ex-boyfriend, you see. Don't know, don't care. If there's nothing else, I'll get going now. Alright, good luck. The students nearby seem to be having an intense discussion. You hear a familiar name. So that Mockingbird Phantom Thief Syndicate only looks flashy, but hasn't actually accomplished anything, right? Tops remains unshakable. Those big families are just a step away from getting total control. It's possible that even the mayor can't keep them in check. Doesn't the mere existence of Mockingbird serve as a kind of warning? Every time they release a crime warning letter, fear erupts among those evildoers. Really? But what can they actually change? In the end, it's probably just a game. To the big shots, Mockingbird is a fly. Annoying, but not deadly. So, what do you think should happen? If you ask me, you have to dismantle everything from within if you truly want change. Damn, are you telling me a bunch of students is having this conversation? Really? They can't be older than like 15, surely. Or like 16, maybe. Without power or influence, it's all futile. The first step should be accumulating resources by any means. After all, to establish a new order, the old one must be demolished, just like how creation requires destruction. That sounds exactly like something a villain would say. If it's really possible to join tops, many would probably defect immediately. I guess they go to a prestigious school, maybe. True, who would turn down money? Arrogant man. You the one who has business with Master Hartman? Correct. Master Hartman's time is extremely valuable, and he has graced you with this meeting amid his busy schedule. I sincerely hope you bring something substantial to the family. Haha, worry not. I stand here precisely because I have enough leverage. You'd better.
How about it? Will you work with me?
Not bad. Let me be honest with you. I have the sacrifice core that you're after. I am Mockingbird.
What the fuck, Hugo?
So it's you. I never thought you'd be so bold as to come see me alone.
Did this really happen? After he literally told us he doesn't share his secret with anyone? Man.
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I can just as easily slip away right now. I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation. I can give you that sacrifice core.
And what do you want in return?
Wealth, glory, power. The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too.
Is this for real? I thought Mockingbird was the antithesis to that.
And I'm confident that as the current heir to the Ravenlock family, those are all things you can give me.
Then you've certainly come to the right place. My family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significantly improve.
Hello, Ronnie. Good morning. Good to see you.
At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you're precluded from handling any of our core business. But profits from the scraps alone will be enough to set you up for life.
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood me. I have no intention of joining the Ravenlock family. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does pretty well for itself. I was hoping you could recommend me for Tops.
You want to join Tops? That's easier said than done. Even for a family like ours, it would still require significant effort and...
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can afford to waste time.
I understand. Yes, you have my word. But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice core first.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe, a place nobody else but me knows. You don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops. I know that far too well.
Then that means I also need to keep an eye out when working with the infamous Mockingbird, right?
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. Coming from a phantom thief who's never publicly revealed his identity, shouldn't that be sufficient assurance?
Oh, so he uses that line with other people too? I see how it is, Hugo. Good night, Psyche, sleep well.
If I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger to wipe me from the face of this world.
You do make a valid point there. In that case, you have a deal.
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast?
Hartman calls over the waiter, pours out 2 glasses of some expensive-looking deep crimson liquid. He lifts his glass and nods to Hugo before draining it in one gulp. Hugo flashes a smug grin as he follows suit and takes a gulp.
Having a drink before undertaking anything important is a family tradition. It's good luck.
As an outsider, it's a real honor.
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization, are you? Shouldn't all your companions agree to this deal first?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise, I'll get rid of her too.
Not Vivian! Hugo, how could you?
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. Great things lie ahead for someone like you. All right, let's leave it at that for today. I'll contact you about what to do next.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena!
Oh.
She was the only one who was ever any good to him, right? That's how he repays her?
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel. Just look into his eyes.
Father! We have to punish him! Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could pass her.
Pure evil. Typical for an impure bloodline. He should have been kicked out ages ago.
Impure bloodline. Interesting.
Hugo, did you do all this?
Yes, it was me. I killed her.
He admitted it! Father, he must be expelled. He has no right to live under the same roof as us.
Why don't we reunite him with Serena then? Nobody would ever know.
Hugo, well done. My children, how many times have I told you before? In this world, only the most ruthless, cruel, and unscrupulous of people ever make it to the top.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Like Hugo here, who was willing to murder his only true loved one without a second thought. Only someone with the means and the gumption to do that is qualified to be my heir.
But I...
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month's assessment is Hugo.
Dang, that's kind of messed up.
As for the rest of you, go to the usual place for the punishment you deserve.
But Father, before this, I was number 1.
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. You're still a loser, even if it's by the smallest margin. And there's no reason for a loser to exist.
Holy moly.
This is all for your own good. Do you understand? Go on now. Receive your punishment for the sake of the family.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
That really brought up some unpleasant memories. It won't be long. Soon, it'll all be over.
Proxy, you look like you have something to say about that chosen one. Well, the truth is, we've always wanted the chance to work with you. Hugo said you're the best proxy he's ever met. The chosen proxy, in other words. Fine, I believe you. By the way, are you free now? If you're not busy, would you mind taking a walk outside with me? Anywhere is fine. Oh my gosh, walk with Vivian?
Thank you for escorting me here, Proxy. Today was quite eventful. If I were to head back now, I probably wouldn't be able to fall asleep. You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about me for a long time. I used to feel hurt, and why do I only predict suffering? If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift. Thank you, Proxy. I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Phaethon. It's like we were fated to meet.
About that.
I don't know why, but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame.
Totally not Pop, thank you for the water redeem.
Like, I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self. Perhaps people really do possess an aura, and ours just so happen to be extremely compatible. the way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past. But judging from his eye colors, you can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family. I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes, and even wanted to get rid of him at one point. But then his family offered a huge price and bought him off his mother for some reason. And just like that, he moved from a leaky and drafty boarding room to a luxurious mansion. But he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I think it's probably because the family treats him terribly. I digress. He ran away and ended up meeting Lycon and his master. After that, they formed Mockingbird together and experienced a rare period of happiness. Until Lycon's betrayal.
So, what's your take on Hugo?
I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, Hugo is just like an older brother. I've always felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. But that's a secret he's kept to himself. Something he'll never tell me. Sometimes when I look into his eyes, I can feel that he's really struggling with something. Even though he may say some extreme things, Hugo really isn't a bad person. I think one day he'll tell me his secret.
Oh boy. Things are getting quite interesting in this story. But we'll leave it there for tonight, guys. Thank you for spending some time with me and letting me yap. So, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, big stretch. Ain't no way I can sleep right now, though. I've barely been awake today. So I'll probably just stay up and continue working on some stuff. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and have a good week. Hopefully have the song released next week, so keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, I'll be able to stream next weekend as well. So until then, take care, guys. Good night. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.